Hello everyone and welcome. It's been a few weeks since I've done one of these. You may be wondering why. Well, because I didn't feel like doing one last week, and then the week before, didn't we do Miscast? Yeah, and then the week before that I didn't really have a chance to do a stream on Sunday, so here we are now. So how's your day been? How's your weekend? I mean, the weekend's over. So how was it? Did you enjoy it? Any of you play that Elden Ring network test? I didn't get picked to join in, mostly because I didn't register. But I watched some of the gameplay. We'll talk about that a little later. You know, new series in Shonen Jump. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to do a good old-fashioned food tier list later on, so I hope you're all looking forward to that stuff. For some reason, 5 people have disliked the stream. I don't know why, but it helps boost us up in the algorithm anyway, so thanks, guys. Let's see. Neve says manga? Indeed. Suneater says greetings from Jamaica. Are you actually in Jamaica, or are you just referencing the guy? David Kamurani says hello. I don't believe I've seen you in here before. Is that how it's pronounced, David? Well, hello. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Artist's got the Easter Island head. Kanye says sup. George Connor says yo. I don't believe I've seen you before either, George. Maybe it's just been a while and I'm forgetting a lot of people's names, but I don't recall seeing a few of you in here before. Kanye says, up from Jamaica. Is everyone in Jamaica right now, or are you all on vacation? Skin says, my god, 5 dislikes. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting raided or something. I don't know. But it boosts me up in the algorithm anyway. It's an interaction, so I don't really give much of a shit. Oh well. Who cares? And if they're bots, YouTube usually gets rid of them after a while. I've seen that happen with, one of Griever's One Punch Man streams got really disliked. I assume it's because the people watching it were kind of pissed off. He seems to have some kind of beef with the One Punch Man community. And when I went into the stream, there was like almost as many dislikes as there were likes. I think there was like almost 10 dislikes or some shit. And then when I went back to check the VOD later, there were maybe like 1 or 2 dislikes. I think YouTube removes them if it thinks they're a bot or something. Aspen says Ohio. I'm not sure what joke you're making there. I can think of a few, but I'm not sure which one it is. Skin says, what will you do if the dislike ratio surpasses the like ratio? I don't know. What do you guys want me to do? What do you want me to do? Jump out my window or something? David says, yeah, pretty close Italian name. Is it David? Davide? If it's Italian, wouldn't it be Davide? Kanye says, what's with these dislikes? Remember that YouTube said they're going to remove the dislike button for no reason? Yeah, well, no, the dislike button's there, but they're not going to show the number anymore, which is fucking dumb. It's dumb. Yeah, it's going to ask me what's my opinion. It's dumb. The reason that you have dislikes? 6. Yeah, what the fuck's going on, guys? Strange behavior indeed. Jump out the window. Okay. I don't know. Okay, the idea is, generally, if someone's not getting, like, rated or something, if you click on a video, the dislike count will usually show you if it's shit or not. They'll let you know if they're garbage. And by getting rid of that, you know, you kind of get rid of the ability to judge a video, you know, right when you click on it. Or get an idea of what sort of the consensus is on it. So, that's just kind of dumb. It also kind of lets you know, like, what you should or shouldn't be doing. Sonny says I'm stuck in the north. Where in the north? I mean, you don't have to dox yourself, but, like, you live in a Wait, you don't live in America, right? I forget if you've ever said where you live. But I'm gonna be going up north next week, actually. Next Monday, I'm gonna be heading up north because it's Thanksgiving, and also my sister's getting baptized the day after Thanksgiving. So there's probably not gonna be streams next week. After Sunday, we'll see what we do on Sunday. There's not gonna be a Kengan reaction this week because I'm gonna be out. Unless I somehow manage to find a way to do like a really, really impromptu, scuffed as fuck Kengan reaction in the car, there's not going to be a Kengan reaction this week. And then the week after that, I'm not going to be able to do streams. I don't know if I'll be able to do a Jujutsu reaction that Friday because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in church like first thing in the morning. I mean, I guess I could do like a late reaction or something. That would be a thing I could do. I don't know. Skin says now 7 dislikes. Really? No, it's still 6. I don't know what it is, Skin. It always says that there's one more than there actually is. Is that because you leave a dislike and then it looks like one? Because every time I see you on Griever streams, there's one dislike, which I assume is from Wave. I assume Wave is one of those. I don't know. And then... I see 1. You always say there's 2. Is that because you disliked it or something? Let's see. Davide says yes. Okay, Davide. Artist says I should jump out the window. Great. Sunny asks, what's your thoughts on the Democracy boss rank videos? I love them. They're great. Not really much else to say. Skin says it's because of Misc. Ah, yes, I see. That's why this is why a stream has never been disliked quite as much before. I think, back during the Ryuki and Naidon fight, those Kengan reviews were getting super disliked, and I don't know why. I don't fucking know why. I'm pretty sure those are my most viewed Kengan videos, and for some reason they just got shit tons of dislikes. I don't think I even said anything particularly controversial in the videos. I remember I even got a comment on one asking, like, what's the deal with all the dislikes? And I was like, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Well, it looks like the dislike count has started to drop. Coolio. I wonder if somehow a bunch of people accidentally clicked dislike or something. I have no fucking idea. Skin says, you usually look really weird in the newest JJK chapter, but in a good way. What does that mean? I noticed his scar was in the wrong place. I assume they'll fix that in the volume. Sunny says, Canada. Oh, cool. Maybe you can see Griever. Kanye says, YouTube's whole purpose is to give everyone a voice. Now punishing things they don't like, and sometimes randomly now removing any negative feedback a YouTuber can get just shows their fall. I mean, I can still produce videos like usual. It's not a big deal. And yeah, seeing dislikes isn't great for me personally. Like, on my shit, I don't like it. But it's important. Like, remember the dude that did that fucking review of Cuties where he said he got turned on or some shit? And it got like 1 million dislikes? I've never seen a dislike bar that fucking big on a video before. Because everyone was like, dude, you're a pedophile? Do you remember that? That's why dislikes are important. Neve says, I can stream on your behalf at like 2 FPS. I'm sure people would love to see Neve streams #1 talking about sheep or something. I don't know. Well, what Scottish things do you have to talk about? Is there even anything to talk about in Scotland? Skin says, I'm actually taking a trip to the States next week or this week, depending on how you look at things. I don't get what that means, but okay. You don't live in the States? Where do you live? The UK? Kanye says, so anyways, what's everyone's opinion on the new shonen manga? We'll get into that later. Skin says, no JJK reaction means no views, Misc. Just saying. Actually, my reaction this week got just about as many views, or my review got just about as many views as my reaction. It's actually pretty close. It's a good week. Oh, I see. We have a bot here. Fascinating. Report for commercial content or spam. Yeah, what the fuck is this called? Naked HD online strips without clothing. That's fucking incredible. That's absolutely amazing. That's never happened before. I think this means we've made it, bros. We've made it. We're famous now. That's incredible. That's absolutely amazing. This has literally never happened before. Soda says online strips without clothing. Yeah, yeah. You know what? That just gave me a massive confidence boost. That's amazing. This is already an amazing stream. We're off to a fucking we're off to a fantastic start. Oh my god. That's so fucking funny. Look, if we at some point, if we ever do like a Misc Streams best of montage or something, which I assume, you know, one of you are insane enough to clip my streams. We should we gotta include that one. That's an all-time Misc content moment right there. That's fucking amazing. That's fucking incredible. I've gotten like bot comments on videos before, but never in stream chats. Like, what the fuck's going on? Oh my god. Well, that just derailed my train of thought. Let's see. Neve said, I noticed that Skin seems to have an extra dislike on his end, but I never see it. Quite odd indeed. Yes, very strange. Skin says, once again, it's because of Misc. Yeah, there you go. I'm attracting the porn bots now. Fantastic. You know, if they offer me a sponsorship or something, I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to advertise pornography on here. So I would have to say no. But maybe I would advertise them on Twitter or something. Davide says, first chapter's good stuff. Many references to classics of the genre. Many references. Skin says, I disagree with them removing it. The dislike button is essential to the reception of a video. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Asmus says, I wonder what Fujimoto and all his assistants were smoking back during the serialization of Fire Punch. Well, as far as I understand, back when he did Fire Punch, the editors just kind of let him do whatever the fuck he wanted. What if then Fujimoto and his assistants were just like, let's just make a story about stuff. Let's just have a story where things just happen. And then he wrote Fire Punch. Damn, now I'm kind of fucking stuffed up a little. That's annoying. I fucking hate being stuffed up. It's the worst. Well, not the worst, but it's goddamn annoying. Yeah, then we had nakedhd.xyz online strips without clothing. In all caps with an exclamation point at the end. I wish Griever was here for this. Ah, fuck. I should have gotten into VC earlier. This would have been absolutely amazing to be in VC for. God damn it. Son of a fucking bitch. Anyway, Neve says sheep. Yeah, is that all that goes on in Scotland? Skin says, of course, no one likes dislikes when it's their shit getting disliked. Yeah, of course, no one likes getting disliked, but it's important. It's important to have that. For me as a creator, assuming I'm not getting rated or some shit, which I don't know why I would be, I'm pretty sure I shared this in all the usual spaces, and this hasn't happened before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this hasn't happened before. Maybe like one time we got like a few dislikes, but then I'm pretty sure most of them disappeared by the end of the stream. I don't know what's going on. It must be bots or something. I'll have to see when I do the miscellaneous stream on Tuesday. We'll have to see what's going on with that. If I get 5 dislikes again on that one. Skin says, well, what the fuck? Kanye says, why is there an ad in chat? Then we have online strips without clothing. Skin says he's in the Caribbean. Are you memeing about the Jamaica guy again, or do you actually live in the Caribbean? Neve celebrating. Skin says we've entered Chad territory. Yes. You know, the fucking, the bodybuilder flexing gif, you know the one? That's how I'm feeling right now. Spooks is in here and says, whoa, online strips and no clothes? It's unbelievable. I can't believe such a thing exists. Topsy says online strips with clothing. We have to. Okay, this is gonna be a new Misc lore meme. The online strips without clothing. Exclamation point. Davide says, look at those ads trying to ruin No Nut November. Yeah, Jesus. Aspen says, damn, in high definition as well. I know. That's some high budget shit. Sunny says, all you need now is your PS5. We're working on it. I saw, like, I started following that Twitter account that gives updates on whenever PS5s are in stock places. And there was one for Target, where Target had them in stock. And I clicked on it, like, first thing when I woke up. Because when I woke up, I checked Twitter and I saw it. It was just, like, 5 minutes prior to me checking my timeline. I'm like, ooh, boy, what's going on here? And, well, you don't know where I live in Florida, but the one store that had one left in stock was in Davie, and I'm like, oh boy, what happens if I click add it to my shopping cart? I click it and it says, oh, it didn't add that. Why? It's out of stock. I'm like, fucking great. I check it again like 2 hours later. There are 4 available in fucking South Beach, which is a little bit of a drive from where I live. I'm like, we're not driving to fucking South Beach to get a PS5. However, I want to see what happens if I add it to my cart. Clicked it, still didn't fucking work. But, you know, it's still my Christmas gift from last year, so I'm still owed one. I'm still owed a PS5. The plan has been, this is a gift from last year that I just haven't gotten yet. So whenever it comes, I'm just gonna have it. And hopefully I'll have it soon, because I want to play that fucking Demon Souls remake. I would like to play the Demon Souls remake before I play Elden Ring. If I have to, I'll get fucking Elden Ring on my PS4. Which is fine, because I'm pretty sure if you have it on the PS4, don't they let you do the free upgrade to PS5? That actually sounds like more efficient than buying it for the PS5, because it's like $70 on the PS5. I assume it would only be $60, unless now they're just making all games $70 or some shit. I don't know, I haven't bought a new game recently, actually. I've mostly just been buying stuff that comes out like a few years ago. Now this is unfortunate. Cabbage Derp, who I don't believe I've seen you before either. Do we have a bunch of new people in here now? Not necessarily new subs or anything, but like people, I don't recognize a lot of these people from the usual stream chat. Cabbage says, I prefer chicken strips. Good choice. Skin says, I like how the viewer count went up with that bot. Yeah, because they probably checked in and they saw we were talking about online strips without clothing. Spook says, you won't have truly made it until you become the #1 Kingdom reviewer. I know KOL already does, like, videos on Kingdom. I know he does reaction streams. Does he count as a reviewer? It's more of a reaction thing. Skin says, between the bot and the dislikes, what the fuck's going on today, Misc? I don't know. They saw Elden Ring in the title or some shit, and then they were like, yes, this is the one we must go to. Spook said, I read all of Kino Punch in one day. Well, it's only like 84 chapters, isn't it? So that's not too hard. Well, you know, if you're not really doing anything, it's not too hard. Senator says, oh wait, Neve said, I stuffed your nose to delay your reactions to the bots. You fiend. A mysterious fiend, even. Senator says, I wonder how much will 100-Year Blood War Arc be censored if the anime comes back. I heard they're not censoring it at all because they put it on a later time slot, so it comes out like at night in Japan, so they don't have to worry about the little children accidentally catching it or something. Spook says, I wonder if they'll add anything substantial to 1000-Year Blood War. I think probably not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if Kubo's directly involved in it, I don't think he plans on adding anything. Because it would technically be filler, even though, ideally, anything they add will be making up for shit that we should have seen in the manga. It'd still technically be filler, and I don't know if they feel like doing filler. And Kubo said he's satisfied with the ending, so I don't know. Yeah, Kanye said it won't be censored that much. Neve says online strip with a cloth. a cloth. There you go. I remembered how to English. Kenya says, yeah, the culling game is good, but have you heard of online strips without clothing? Topsy says, online strips without clothing, bots death much sadder than the entirety of Shibuya. Top 1 saddest anime deaths. Kanya says, rip online strips without clothing bot. I have to tell Griever about this. I mean, he'll find... If he comes in here and that's the first thing he asks about later, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh really hard. Senator says that bot should be in miscellaneous. We'll have to ask Band about it. Neve said, are you going to use a capture card to stream Elden Ring once it releases? Not a bad idea. But I would want to... In that case, I would probably want to have my PS5 here. Because at the place where I plan on having it, I don't do good streaming conditions. I streamed there once, and I had to kept fucking pausing all the time. Because there, my room is at the end of the hallway right next to the door that everyone comes in through, which is in the kitchen. Now, when literally anything happens in the kitchen, you can hear it in the entire fucking house. And my family members are so goddamn loud when they talk. And also, my dogs there will sometimes go for like 10 minutes without shutting the fuck up. It's a bad streaming location. So, I may have to change up my plans a little if I'm going to stream Elden Ring. I also don't know if I want to do video content of my first playthrough, because I don't want to stop. I don't want to work on like a schedule for videos. I just want to play the fucking game and then keep playing it, you know? So, I don't know. Spook says KO just reacts. Skin says, Miss, did you hear that Chainsaw Man's getting an anime? Really? No, I had no idea. You know, it's almost as if they released a trailer for it back in June or something that I did a video on. I had no idea about that. Spook says, still by far the most viewed Kingdom stuff. Yeah, because KO's big. KO's one of the big anime men. Skin says, where's the Chainsaw Man content, Misc? I don't know. Where's Chainsaw Man Part 2? Neve says, wonder if Can't Fear Your Own World would be a thing in the anime. That is a good question. I wonder if. Skin says, I'm going to be very disappointed if in the movie they don't show Yuta versus Kyoto School. I don't know if they'll show that, but I think they're going to show some of the Kyoto School. I think they'll show, like, Toto fighting those 5 grade ones in the special grade. Because why wouldn't you? I mean, now that you're doing a movie after the anime has become popular and everyone's... like the series has become like a fully fledged thing. The reason a lot of stuff wasn't in the original Volume 0 was because the characters and ideas just straight up didn't exist yet. Now that they're there, why not include them in the movie? You know? Spook says animated Can't Fear Your Own World would be cool. True. Skin says, oh yeah, what the fuck's going on with your PS5, Miss? Well, the one that we ordered turned out to be a scam, and then we haven't been able to find a good one that anyone's gotten back to us on that wasn't like $900 fucking dollars. We're not gonna spend $900 on a $600 product. That's fucking stupid. Unless it's like a bundle or some shit where they've got like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Demon Souls in it. You know? I'm not gonna spend that much fucking money on a video game console. On a PC, yeah, I'll fucking spend $900 on a PC, whatever, it's a PC. But, you know, that's not really worth it in my eyes. Skin said, Miss, did you see the Spider-Man No Way Home leaks? No, honestly, I periodically forget that the movie exists. The marketing for the movie has been really bad, and that it's been effectively non-existent. Skin says, you heard we're getting a new Spider-Man trailer Tuesday. I did hear that. I didn't hear that it features Toby and Andrew. Spook says, Kowal certainly is a large anime man. Yeah, in more ways than one. Nave says, I remember when we all got in VC waiting for the Chainsaw Man PV, then we all went into sleep an hour into the MAPPA thing. Yeah, because it wasn't a Chainsaw Man thing, it was a MAPPA thing talking about all their projects. And we're like, damn, that's crazy. I don't give a shit about your other projects, though, to be honest. Like, since the Attack on Titan manga ended, I haven't given a fuck about the anime continuing. I don't care. And I have no idea what else they're really working on. So, I don't really... Oh, and, yeah, like, you know, the Jujutsu movie is coming out. We already know about that. And the anime is probably not going to start up again for like at least another year. So like Chainsaw Man's really the only thing I give a shit about at the conference. So I'm like, whatever. And then we all woke up 3 to 4 hours later. Spook says Tekken hasn't been as good since Bleach ended. Well, I mean, listen, imagine me once Jujutsu ends. You think I'm gonna be this good? I mean, come on. Skin says maybe throw in an extra controller for the 900. That's only like a $70 controller. I still can't believe how fucking expensive the controllers are. That's nuts. I get that they're DualSense or whatever. They've got like all this crazy shit going on. But that's dumb. That's real dumb. Absence says in Elden Ring, I feel like I will class spirit summons on magic on bosses as cheating. Gotta fight every FromSoft boss with just my shit underleveled weapon and dodge rolls as I always do. I mean, you can always do that as much as you want. Whatever, man. That's totally fine. You'll probably... I imagine there will be a lot of people that will do, like, no spirit runs and stuff like that. I mean, because there were people... Weren't there people that played Sekiro, like, no prosthetic tools, no blocking, shit like that? Play it like Dark Souls, so it's really goddamn hard? You know, that's a totally legitimate strategy. Skin says, it's just like how in DC Fandom nobody cared about anything other than the Batman. Yeah, fair. Topsy says, during that Mappa livestream, the chat was downright horrendous with stuff like Power Feet being spammed. I would expect nothing less from the very cultured, high-class Chainsaw Man fanbase. Spook says, using core game mechanics is cheating. Yeah, it's not. I mean, you look at a lot of the bosses. Like, the real bosses, the ones we've seen. Like, what have we seen for the actual, like, real bosses? You got, like, what's his name? Agiel, Margit, and Godric. They all have either, like, AoE stuff, or they have big sweeping attacks that are designed for counteracting spirits. I don't care if Elden Ring's, like, a bit easier than the other Souls games. That's not really what I'm there for. I'm not really there for the difficulty that much, as I'm just there for having fun, because I like the way FromSoft games play, and I like the lore. I'm very excited for the lore. Skin says, when Jujutsu ends, Misc ends also. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe a different new series will become my new mainstay thing. Who knows? Who knows? Nevis says, by the time JJK ends, you'll have other manga to review, unless the Axe Plague somehow ends up in other manga. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe I'll be a One Piece reviewer by then. Kanye says, Tekken's great no matter what. Yeah, Tekken's pretty good. Sunny says, Toriko update. I'm at the part where Guinness shows up. Excellent. Skin says, during the DC Fandom, that chat was the most toxic chat ever when the Batman came up. I bet. I don't even look at chats for big streams, because I'm like, these guys fucking suck. Neves says, that's so poggers, son. Yes, it is. Soda says, I love it when I type something in chat and it appears 10 billion years later and the conversation's already changed. That's my favorite thing about stream chats, Fungus. I love it. Neve said, I had to run back home mid-walk today because I got an urge to reread The Cooking Festival. Really? That just goes to show how powerful The Cooking Festival is. Skin said they were spamming stuff I can't even say on here. Amazing. Well, anywho, since I'm going to start talking about Ayashimon, I'm going to hop in the stream, VC. Let's talk a little about Ayashimon. Actually, I should have gotten my fucking water bottle. I'm an idiot. I'm going to go grab that right now. We'll see who hops in VC. Whoever hops in, you're welcome to prattle on about whatever you want until I get back. Sounds good? Great.
Oh my. Seems Misc is muted. Ooh. Ooh. Haha, little mutoid. Where in chat must you have been? Let's see. I need to mute the stream, that's my own voice, what the fuck. Let's see. Blah blah blah. We talked about that. Oh dear, seems the stream's dropping. Seems Misc is fucking dead. Oh my. That is not good. Let's see. Core game mechanics cheating. Like, Spooks, here's the thing. Like, if a new game in a franchise comes out, and anything makes it easier than the older games, it's just cheating. Like you see that on literally any fucking franchise. Like, unless you can somehow name one that doesn't do that, right? Let's see. I've already read that. Blah 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 blah. Message retracted. Oh dear, Kanye, did you dox yourself or something? Wait, smart what? I mean, God, I've not watched Tekken video in a hot minute. Right, son. Right, get that part in Toriko Guinness shows up. I have zero recollection when that was, but it was hype. So Poggers, wait, that's me, what the fuck? Misc, where are you? Come home. I don't know how I can carry this up by myself. I love it when I type something in chat and it appears 10 billion years later. Soda, do you just have like awful internet or something? Because I know like with chat, like sometimes I'll send something and it'll be like one message lower than it actually is. In the case with Griever streams, if I'm on there, it can be like an entire minute later. Pardon me.
I see my house hasn't burned down.
What the fuck? What happened?
What do you mean what happened? I said I was going to get water.
I did not hear that. I went downstairs. And then you come back saying, oh, my house didn't burn down, right?
That's good.
I've been reading for the chat for you. Do not worry. But to Soda's last message.
Let's see, what did Soda say last? I love it when yeah, that's YouTube streams. Sonia said I saw Eternals. It was a 2 out of 10 experience. Why? I haven't watched it. I heard it was just kind of meh. Which I could have told you from watching all the trailers. Looks kind of meh.
Shame artist.
Also, I'm studying the Shura path. Fun! I mean, the fun thing about that one is it's shorter, but you get the unique bosses.
Ooh, unique.
Well, to be fair, that and the, I'm forgetting the name of it. Purification ending also has a unique boss, so... Aspen says, does anyone else save the best manga panels and spreads to look through?
Yeah, sometimes.
Occasionally. Yes, Kanye, I am back. I have returned. Now then, we're gonna talk about that new series in Shonen Jump that I remember as soon as it was announced that it was gonna be published. Tenryu was upset because it's another demon fighting manga in Shonen Jump, which, yes, they are a bit oversaturated with, but here's the catch. Ayashimon is a series by Kakuyuji, who you may know as the author for Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise is a really good series. We had a few people, including Neve, start reading it for the first time, I think last week. And I've been reminded of how fucking good it is. It is probably still in my top 5. I think Chainsaw Man, through the sheer fact that we haven't gotten shit from it in like a year, and it's really short, kind of gets kicked out of the top 5 by some other series, frankly. Although I still love it, and it'll probably go back up there once Part 2 starts. Hell's Paradise is up there.
With this chapter of what the fuck's it called again?
Ayashimon?
Yeah, like it felt very Chainsaw Man to me.
A little. Sun Eater, Neve is a she, and I'm pretty sure she's aware of the bot.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
is
I
the
was
one in
scared, you don't
chat
worry.
who... Have you seen the one moderator in here? Yeah, Lixtra... Lyra... I don't know how to pronounce your fucking username. That's Neve.
That's the point.
There, thanks.
You're not supposed to pronounce it. Oh no, Shugen Simp, oh no. Oh no.
There must always be Shugen simps.
Right. As long as you're not doing what the old Shugen did, right?
Yeah, Skin
You're
says,
that
not
guy.
series that focus on people hunting down spirits has become overrated. Yeah, but the nice thing about this is that doesn't seem to be what it is. It's not like, oh yes, we must hunt down spirits for the sake of the public or something. Seems like the deal with John Ayashimon, aka Maruo Kaido, is he's like, god damn. Yes, Neve is a girl. It's actually funny. When we started playing D&D and I heard Neve's voice, I thought Neve was a dude. But now, after having been talking to Neve for... What, we started talking like around this time in February. So for like almost 9 months now, Neve's voice has sounded more and more feminine to me.
Yeah, this sort of happens when you talk to trans people.
Huh?
Oh, what the fuck? The server was made alive in February, not March. What the fuck? Be like,
Oh yeah, I remember
What's up?
in early February, I was like, hey, would any of you guys want to play D&D? And the server lit up. The server was basically non-active. It was basically a dead server. And then I was like, hey, would anyone here want to play D&D? And then like, holy shit, did it blow up. I think in one day we had more activity than like the entirety of the previous 6 months of activity.
yeah, it's fucking insane how that happened. And now we have this hellhole. It's a hellhole, but I love it.
Yeah, that's great. We seem to have a lot of people commenting about the tone of your voice. Did these people forget that you've been on stream before and we always refer to you as she?
I guess they've just never noticed.
Whatever.
Like, here's the thing, like I've noticed, like, it's not just me. Like, tons of other trans people, like, when you talk to them, like, even if they haven't done any form of, like, voice training, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, by being in their presence, you slowly start to, like, interpret their voice as, like, feminine or masculine, whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's just how that works.
Because I remember,
Anywho.
like...
Oh, yeah, you have more to say?
Like, a while ago, a friend of mine, like, we were having, like, some odd conversation about our voices in a friend group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, he comes in and he's like, oh, yeah, just, I've always interpreted your voices as, you know, being feminine, whatever. Even though some of us have, not poggers voices. Yeah, enough of that. Let's go on to, Ayashimon, shall we?
Ah, yes, the Ayashimon. So Ayashimon's a new series by Kaku Yuji, and the deal with it is it takes place in the 90s. I think it's like 1992 or something. Maruo Kaido is just your average Japanese teenage boy, except for one thing. Through the power of basically a Saitama workout routine and being a big... It's back! Oh, they changed it. The bot is returned. It's nakedhd.xyz jerk off ad v wet girls are here.
No. I use from the channel. Fuck.
Yeah, it's back!
No.
It's back! I'm being targeted right now.
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Is there a way to, like, ban... I guess hiding from the channel is enough.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I'd appreciate if they dropped a super chat or something. That would be nice, you know?
Oh yeah, drop a super chat. Yeah, bot
I
winner,
hid them
please.
from the channel, so I don't know if a timeout is necessary. The bots returned. Wet girls. Yeah! Yeah! I should report this to...
Oh yeah, we should. That's a good idea. Hold
should
on.
it be pornography or sexually explicit material or unwanted commercial content or spam?
I think that unwanted spam thing should work.
Okay.
There's like
This is amazing. We should just retitle the stream nakedhd.xyz.
like I haven't actually seen that many bots in your comment sections. So I suppose you probably take care of
I've
them.
never had bots in stream chat before. This is completely new.
Yeah.
We're just that good. We're ascending to a new level here.
Like,
The level where I get
one.
bots in the stream chat. It's incredible. What do you think, Rat?
Oh, huh?
Have you been comprehending anything that's happened in like the last 2 minutes, Rat?
I think he joined and fell asleep.
You just fucking threw me into this conversation out of nowhere, bro.
You're in the VC. How do you not know what's going on?
Bro, I like tune y'all out sometimes. Y'all
Thanks,
like
I appreciate that.
Right, that explains a
No,
lot.
That
not
does
bad
explain a
thing.
lot, actually.
That's not a bad thing, but I'm just
Mhm.
you can't explain too much stuff to me for a certain amount of time.
Give me a super chat and I'll forgive you. Anyway.
Yeah.
I got you, Ben.
John Ayashimon is he did the Saitama workout, and also he wants to be a manga protagonist. I wonder how that'll work out for him.
Yeah, I wonder how that'll work
He
out.
can't get a job because the only thing he's really good at is being stupidly fucking strong. And he's like, damn, this sucks. I can't get a job anywhere because this is 1992 in Japan. You don't get fucking jobs for being inhumanly strong. And then he encounters this girl whose name is
Let's see,
something.
let's go. Hold on, I have the chat open right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember. I checked the bot earlier, or the chapter earlier. God, I can't stop thinking about the bot now. To check what the MC's name was, and I checked hers, but then I fucking forgot it. Should be towards the end of the chapter, I think.
Urara.
Oh, right, that's what it is. Urara. He encounters Urara. This small woman. There we go. Rat donated $10 and said black people. Thank you very much, black people.
Thanks, Rat.
What would we do without
Okay,
you?
band.
Let's get a round of applause for Rat and black people. There we go. Urara, with her traditional Japanese clothing and anime hairstyle, run into John Ayashimon, and she's being chased by these demon yakuza. So the concept for the series is not that, we have to go around fighting ghosts to save people from ghosts. At least that's not the concept yet. It's, gangsters, but they're demons. Alright,
really
that's
cool
interesting. And so far, we're not part of a demon hunting organization. It's, oh shit, there are demons? Like real, actual, inhuman monsters? Like they're superhuman, they're beyond human capabilities? And I can fight them? Oh yes, please. Give me some of that shit. So, he decides to work for Urara so that he has an excuse to go fight Demon Yakuza now. Sound fun? Hell yeah, it does. Are you ready for a bunch of old Shonen Jump references? By old, I mean...
Absolutely.
Old stream was buffering for a second there. I think we're good now. It's mildly concerning. Basically it's the Yakuza games, but everyone's demons. That's a good way to describe it. Yakuza, but demons. So
it's not out yet, right?
What?
It's not out yet, right?
No, the first chapter came out today.
Oh, wow.
It's Sunday, Rat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, what, 9 hours ago when it came out?
Streams are buffering. It's buffering on and off a little bit. That's not good. Let's close some tabs.
Oh, shit.
Like with this we can see, like, he became strong as some form of fucking coping with.
Hold on, we're not streaming. Now we're starting up again.
Is that so?
Okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens.
Are you?
At least I got $10.
Thanks, Rat.
There.
$10 from Rat and nakedhd.xyz. Hell yeah. I have no idea if the stream's back now or something.
Who knows? It's a fun guessing game.
Yeah, it's tons of fun for the whole family. It says we have excellent connection. So anyway, what were you gonna? Hold on. Wait, I think it was reconnecting there. I don't know.
Oh dear, it's buffering again. Oh no. Oh no. YouTube, why you gotta be like this?
Very fucking.
Very fucking stabbed in the chest. Ooh.
Oh.
Is that so
Guys in
bad?
chat, let me know what's going on.
Yes, please.
Don't.
If you can hear us.
We need to know. OBS is unreliable. Or not OBS,
Yeah.
YouTube Studio is unreliable.
We get a wee bit of like circle every now and then.
A wee bit? Okay.
Oh, now there are plenty of circle. Oh, now it's gone.
And now it's gone, yeah. So,
Yeah,
my
what?
friend keeps fucking ordering shit. I don't know, what is international market? What the fuck does he mean by this? As in, like, he's ordering shit offline, or there's a quote-unquote international market right by his campus? Because it looks like, this all looks like shit ordered off the internet, the way that it's packaged.
Probably is.
Why the fuck can't this guy just go to Publix or something? Like, holy shit. Oh my god, Band made a jobber.
It requires going
Through and through
outside, of
jobber.
course.
He looks like a jobber. Good job. He looked like a jobber without looking like a One Punch Man jobber.
Oh boy.
Yeah, about the art in Ayashimon, like Yuji Kaku's art in a modern setting, it feels exactly like Chainsaw Man.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Yeah, I can definitely feel the similarity. I mean, you can tell that the dude was an assistant for Fujimoto.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And
Wait
also,
a second.
like, it just sort of has
what's
that
it
sort
called
of
again? Forgot.
Ayashimon.
If you go onto Viz, it is the big banner series they have for the Shonen Jump cover. It's called Ayashimon. It has one chapter that came out today.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I read it, and it's pretty good so far. I'm hoping that we don't go the whole, oh no, the world is in danger, fight demons. I don't want to go down.
Well, because what it seems like is, although considering he wants to be a manga protagonist, the main character wouldn't say no to that. Though he already, it seems like he already had his protagonist streak.
Yo, that panel with his fucking fingers broken, that shit was hilarious.
He already had his protagonist streak, and he's like, this sucks dick. This is terrible. Now I can I'm fucking bored. I can actually use my strength to do stuff now.
A younger One Punch Man.
Like, since he's gotten in with the Yakuza,
Young Punch Man.
Like, I have hopes that this is gonna be. Oh yeah, I have hopes it's gonna be like
Punch Man?
Yakuza.
No, we're
Kingdom.
talking about the new Shonen Jump series Ayashimon.
Yeah, check it out, Wave.
I just woke up, or I'll have a look.
Alright, Australian time zone.
It is 10 in the morning here, so I did sleep in.
I see.
Oh.
Looks alright.
So...
Yeah, now it's fucking quick.
Yeah, I read it in
I
a
just
second.
saw the cover page of it, so I'm just saying the art looks good.
Yep,
Yeah, Wave
he's a
can
very good
actually
artist. Have you
navigate
read Hell's
computers.
Paradise?
No, but I've been meaning to.
That's a very good series as
whoa.
well. I will say, I think the beginning, like the first chapter of Hell's Paradise is way better than the first chapter of Ayashimon, but Ayashimon's a Shonen Jump series, so it's not as mature, it's not as violent, and also, in my opinion, the first like 10 to 15 chapters of Hell's Paradise is maybe the best first 10 to 15 chapters of any series I've read.
Yo,
Welcome, Dad.
how you doing?
Hey, Dad, have you read Ayashimon?
No, I just saw your stream. I'm like, bro, let me join these boys real quick.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't
Okay.
read it. I haven't read it yet. I just googled it as I was joining to see what it's about. It looks neat.
Yeah.
Looks
How many
very
chapters are-
interesting.
How many chapters are there?
It's just one. The first
Ooh,
chapter
one.
just came out today.
Okay. Well, I'm more ready to see how I feel about it.
Let's get that live debt reaction.
The live debt reaction. Just don't say anything that'll get me demonetized.
Yeah,
Oh
please.
yeah. I've been trying to be nice about that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Because I'm used to going in, brother. I've been
I
trying
know,
to
yeah.
be considerate.
I know.
Oh, go
Okay, I can enjoy this series. Let's hope
Excellent.
it doesn't get canceled like Red Hood.
Okay, here's my idea. Here's what I've got. What I think is going for this.
Alright.
Ayashimon is being done by someone who already has some experience. He's like a bit of experience. He's already completed a series already that seems to be relatively popular. It's getting an anime soon. So he's an established person. He's not a new guy on the scene. He's new to Shonen Jump,
Yeah.
like weekly Shonen Jump, but his series was in Jump Plus, so he's not completely new to Jump. So he probably has a little bit of pull already.
And his previous series was also weekly.
And his previous series was also weekly on Jump Plus. So he
And
has
extremely good.
and very, very good. The demon hunting thing seems to be relatively popular these days in Japan. They seem to quite like that general shtick. So it's a genre that I guess already kind of carries some expectations, but I think they're kind of going about it in such a way that it's like, yeah, cool, we're along for the ride. It's full of references to famous Shonen Jump works, and if there's anything we know, the Japanese reader base seems to really love parody and homage stuff for some reason.
Like,
They're
I
like
feel like
superhero
this
movie fans. They clap when they
really-
see the thing.
I feel like it's gonna have the whole demon thing as more of a background part to the whole main Yakuza plot.
Oh, right, and it has
This-
Yakuza, which I'm
this-
pretty sure the
this-
Japanese generally find the Yakuza to be pretty cool. I mean, they were basically a legal mob for centuries? I don't know, for a while. And people generally find them cool. And also, the art is really fucking good. Kakuyuji's a very good artist. I would say that out of the Fujimoto 3, which is, of course, Fujimoto, whoever the fuck the author of Dan is, and then Kakuyuji, I would say that Yuji actually has the best art out of the three. In terms of both detail and style, I think they have the best art.
This dude's like Yuji, bro.
A little bit. Though instead
Yeah,
of just
kinda, I
being
suppose.
naturally freakishly strong, he did the Saitama workout, where he punched boulders forever, and then somehow became powerful enough to fucking heave cars.
Yes, he broke his fist and trained it until it became hard as diamond.
Bro, that was funny, bro. This dude was like, or.
Yeah, it's all the Shonen Jump references. They love that shit. I mean, for fuck's sake. Let's check Viz.com.
Roboco's pretty popular.
How many chapters are there of me and Roboko? The ship and go. Oh, I forgot
It's
Dandadan is
65.
on Viz. I have to catch up to that at some point. I read the first chapter of it, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck am I reading? And then never read the other chapters. I need to do that at
Yeah,
some point.
same.
Me and Roboko has 65 chapters. Okay?
Damn.
It is literally nothing but parrying other Shonen Jump series. It is literally just a
Anime.
parody manga.
Bro, what the heck?
And it has 65 fucking chapters. That's fucking stupid. How?
Bruh.
Literally how?
Well, some
By the
people
way,
like that
guys,
comedy.
if you hop in VC, be sure to still stay in the stream so that my viewership
Yeah.
doesn't fucking nosedive whenever we have people join VC.
Like,
I'm still
Yeah,
watching.
the only similarity between Maduro and Yuji is that they're both really strong, but that's kind of almost a normal thing for a lot of shonen pro tags.
fuck, what I was gonna say again.
Bro, what the heck? These dudes are weird.
They're yokai. Yokai are weird. Have you ever looked at like classical paintings of yokai?
Yeah, but
they're
they're
strange as
Yeah,
fuck.
I could easily tell they were yokai straight away.
Like they are very clearly. That's part of why I like the Demon Slayer art style for the demons, is because they, for the most part, look like paintings of yokai. And the same's here. These guys look like yokai. They have a very
Nah,
distinct
dude.
visual difference from just your usual demon or evil spirit.
They give me like Junji no Ito vibes, whatever that one's called. Like this one dude, whatever his name is, what you staring at, boy? That guy was creepy.
Have you read Hell's Paradise, Dad?
Yeah, I've read it. I finished it.
Ah, good.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
mostly the primary reason I was really excited for this is because Yuji's art is great, so I liked seeing more of it.
Yeah.
And also, Yuji's art is great for freaky monster designs. And if you're doing a series about yokai, you're gonna get a lot of freaky monster designs.
Yeah.
So if he's good at drawing freaky monsters, then I'm hopefully gonna really enjoy this series.
And while you're waiting for new chapters, you can always read Hell's Paradise, which I would say is a fucking great series. And short,
Yeah, have you
too. It's
read
only
it?
127 chapters, so you can
Yeah.
read it relatively quickly.
Oh, those people started finished it
Okay,
in
I'll
like
try it out soon.
less than a week, but I'm still going for it.
Sun Eater says Umbrella Yokai. I don't know what that one's called, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was
It's
up
like one of the more
everything for some
famous
reason.
ones.
The
Let's see.
Casa Obake.
Oh my.
Well, these
Is that
other
how
ones
you
don't
pronounce
exist.
it? Casa
I
Why
think
Obake.
so.
is Levi making out with Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Oh, because someone was saying... let me check the context again. Oh yeah, Gingo was asking, like, could you crop your images and find basically response to say fuck off?
Thanks, fine.
Wait,
I
where's
think
that?
there's-
That was in the
In
Black
Black
Clover
Clover.
channel. Because,
Like-
Spooks was catching up on Black Clover because he hadn't read it in like 6 months or something. So he was just sending screenshots from the Shonen Jump app and wasn't bothering to crop because it's like he doesn't give a shit. And when Giga asked, hey, could you please crop your images? He basically said, or no, he didn't really say anything. Fuse was being an asshole a little bit, but you know, that's Fuse.
As usual.
Yeah. When does he say it? Can you quit bitching? And then Vine sent the picture of Alvin and Levi making out at Subway.
Yo.
I would expect nothing less from our fellow
Oh,
Miscord members.
come on, man. Worm tongue.
You know what? Like,
Bro, what the heck? This is so good. It's the first chapter too.
Pretty solid start. I wonder if Griever's gonna read it. Griever probably wants a new series to review since Red Hood got axed.
True.
Yeah, which it
So
didn't
what?
deserve.
The Red Riding Hood show or manga?
What a
Yes.
shame. We will no longer be getting swaths of art as I had hoped we would get because of that series. What a shame. That was my primary interest in it.
Yeah, it wasn't really that good of a story.
I enjoyed it. I thought it had potential.
As far as I can tell, because I didn't keep up, big pacing issues. Big pacing issues. They decided to do a boring exam arc within the first 10 fucking chapters. Sounded like a bad idea.
yeah.
Well,
I
Hunter
couldn't
x Hunter
get into
did
that.
like a boring exam arc
And
almost immediately.
somehow it didn't get axed during the boring
You
exam
remember
arc.
that Hunter x Hunter came out in the 90s.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
before they got so
Shonen
axe
Jump not
happy.
as bloodthirsty in the 90s?
Yeah, the audience is different, so...
Oh, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And, well, I'm grateful that it didn't get axed because we got a bunch of great shit like York New and Chimera Ant and
Whoa,
Chairman
what the
Election. And whatever the fuck's going on with Dark Continent. I don't know what's going on there, but it seems neat.
Heck?
I haven't bothered reading it.
Fuck
I
says
don't
it net
feel
because we
like...
don't make it to the Dark Continent.
Will we
Right.
ever arrive at the Dark Continent? I don't know. Probably not.
Mhm.
It'd
I
be
don't want it
hypocritical
to
of
not
me to
end up at the
say-
Dark Continent, but I don't think it's going to end up there.
Yeah. It'd be hypocritical of me to say that I don't feel like reading it because I know it's not going to get an ending. Because then I would be like, why should I read Berserk?
What was it?
Yeah.
It got ended though.
It technically
like
got
a
an
month
ending,
ago, I
but it's a
think.
cliffhanger ending. It's not the
Yeah,
continuation. The story's not going to continue from where it quote-unquote
Yeah.
ended. Unless the assistants continue it. Which I think, as far as I can tell, that was Miura's plan, is that he wanted his... assistants to learn his art style, so that whenever he died, they would have. I assume he would have kind of like an outline for where the story was going to go, and they would be able to work from it from there. But as far as I understand, if they continue the story of Berserk, it is not going to be Berserk. It's going to be it'll be like a sequel series or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to say it's like that. Don't touch the original, just
leave
maybe,
Berserk as its own thing, and then do Berserk to Berserker or whatever. So that the people that are like, listen, if it's not Miura writing it and drawing it, I don't want it. Just as like a matter of principle, I don't. And then that's like, that's fine. You don't have to touch a Berserk, whatever the fuck they would call it. It's fine.
Berserker.
Yeah, Berserker.
Wait, so this dude made he made Hell's Paradise too?
Yeah, same author.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called? What's it called? So it's like a fighting manga.
A little bit seems to be going that way.
I think it'll be
one-on-one ritual duels. So, but that other guy was kind of fodder.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like
a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Yokai Kingdom.
Copyrighted on, bro. I mean, no wait. What's the licensing this guy got? He used the freaking what's it called? The Goku crap. Bro.
Well, he's in Shonen Jump, so he has right to do Shonen Jump references.
He ain't allowed to do that, right?
And I think he said something like his author comment was like, "Thank you to the other authors that let me do references to their series." So he obviously had permission to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There would be a bit of an issue if you just put that shit in there without asking.
Wait, who's the author of My Hero again?
Kohei Horikoshi.
Not a real comic.
Did Horikoshi get the right to use Denji in his manga?
Yeah, he would have asked permission. He gave Denji a cameo.
They already went over this dude's backstory in the first chapter.
Well, that's good. That means it's kind of out of the way.
That means
it also helps to make him more interesting as a character.
Everybody's ass.
Yeah,
it makes, because otherwise it's just like, oh yeah, this is this kid that's really strong or some shit. By introducing the abusive dad backstory in the first chapter, first off, you explain why he's kind of fucking delusional and childish, and second, makes him more interesting from the get-go.
Bro, he thinks he's a manga protagonist, bro.
Man, what an idiot, am I right?
Yeah, what a dumb.
Yeah. Let's look reading.
Well, what a weirdo.
Manga continues.
Bro, it'd be cool if you could like break the fourth wall. It'd be cool. I don't think he's gonna do that though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at the, I think it's the Shonen Jump cover. Dude's got a. Oh no, it's not there. It was somewhere else. It was some kind of cover page. I saw. I think it may have been on the announcement for the series or whatever. He was wearing a shirt that had a fucking bunch of axes on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. What's it called? What's the X from?
It's people think it's a joke about series getting axed in Shonen Jump.
Bro, I don't think this series.
Yeah, that's what...
I don't think this series already going crazy. The first chapter. I don't know. I feel like this dude already did Hell's Paradise.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure did Hell's Paradise.
It's all a matter. I think it's all a matter of how he follows it up. Because Red Hood had a very good first chapter, and then they did shit that was just way too slow paced to follow up with.
What's it called? But the thing about this one, this dude, this guy also worked on Devilman, or not Devilman, Chainsaw Man.
I don't know if he worked on Chainsaw Man. No, it was coming out at the same time as Chainsaw Man. Or maybe even a little earlier. He worked on Fire Punch with Fujimoto.
Oh yeah, Fire Punch. That's what it was. Yeah, so he has some good inspiration, bro. Cause
yeah, he's got some experience.
I love all these. I love these new gens, bro. New gens are going crazy.
People don't give new gen series enough credit, I think.
The reason they don't give it because like they're basically like old people now. They like back in my day, Goku.
A lot of people, I think, kind of have rose tinted glasses for the big three, the classics. Although A lot of them
Yeah,
is
this
for
is
a
why- this is
reason.
why-
I've been catching up to One Piece now. I just finished Fishman
Yo,
Island. One
I feel
Piece
like
is
this
as
is why-
popular as it is for a
say,
fucking reason. There's a reason
like
One
this
Piece
series
is as
is
if I
popular as it is.
rewatch the series now, Naruto is wet. Well, I didn't
It's not
rewatch
as
the
good
series.
as it
I
used to
reread
be.
the series.
Yeah, like a lot of old series, you go back and watch it now, and you're like, that's
that was
weird.
Cool
That's not as good as I remember it being. Because for a lot of people, that may have been how you got into manga, or that was what you watched like every Saturday morning, or you read every Sunday morning or Friday morning or whatever.
Yeah.
You got nostalgia factors for it,
Oh,
which
you wanna know
you know
what-
is the same for me for various things.
You want to know another good fighting manga I read?
What would that be?
On the Tales of Destruction. Have you seen that one yet?
That sounds familiar. Hold on.
This is the
Yeah,
first time I've heard fighting.
I'll look it up.
It's only 4 chapters in right now. But it's pretty cool. It has like...
Oh wait, I think someone commented about that on my video. Yeah, I've gotten a few comments for some of these new fighting mangas.
Yeah, this one's like... It's about like fairy tale characters fighting, basically.
Yeah.
But like
Now, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the year again for a new Record of Ragnarok ripoff.
Oh man, I don't know. I just like seeing what they can do with the fighting, with the
But hey,
characters. That's
a ripoff can still be good. Doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
ripoff.
Yeah, you just get inspiration from it. It doesn't have to be a ripoff.
You can argue that literally any demon hunting series is a ripoff of Bleach. You can make the argument.
It's just an
Yes, you
inspiration.
can. Doesn't mean it's a good argument.
Yeah, it's a shitty
Because-
argument.
It's just
With
inspired.
clones of things, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like how everybody says Black Clover's and My Hero is all Naruto clones.
Like things like
Well, that's just because
I'm-
Naruto is one of the generic shonen. Naruto and Dragon Ball,
Yes.
those are the two generic shonen. Because they're
Yes,
the,
those
they're
two are the
shonen
most
series.
generic shonen, well, the other two of the big, well, 4 were a lot more, well, creative.
Yeah, Bleach is fairly creative, and One Piece is really fucking creative.
yeah,
Yes.
like
Uh-oh, we got
I wish-
a disagreeing comment from Kanye. Kanye says Tales of Destruction is complete garbage and I hate it. It's edgy garbage. Is it
that's-
edgy?
That's a nice one. I mean, not the designs are kind of edgy, I guess. I mean, I don't really care about the designs. I want to see the fight. I don't care what the aesthetic is.
Well, hold
like
on.
fighting.
I need to get your standard for edgy garbage, Kanye. What other series do you consider to be edgy garbage?
The JJK is pretty edgy.
JJK is edgy at times, but it makes sure to be lighthearted
not-
enough.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
mean, like
not
the art
garbage.
style. If you're talking
Actually,
about-
no. I wouldn't say JJK is edgy. It's more just dark. I think there's a difference
If you're
between
talking-
dark
if you're
and
talking
edgy.
about, like, if you're talking about aesthetic, I think the only edgy character, like, there's not really a lot of edgy characters. Like there's like a lot of black characters.
Okay,
but, like,
actually,
they're not-
let me give you the difference. JJK can be kind of dark. Tokyo Ghoul can be edgy. Tokyo Ghoul's
mean,
edgy a lot of the time.
I mean, let's
Literally
Higuruma-
quoting fucking
Higuruma or
literature.
whatever. Higuruma's like, he looks edgy, but he's like, nah, it's just the design. He's not really edgy, you know. He's chilling. He's
Skin
like,
says
chill
Denji
dude.
is a B to A tier protagonist with S tier potential.
Oh Jesus!
I'll give you that. I mean, I like Denji quite a bit. Because Denji feels more like an actual teenage boy than most other shonen protagonists for me. Skin says JJK is overrated,
I
to
agree
be
with
honest.
that.
What do you mean by that?
Higuruma's my favorite, bro.
Higuruma's great. We've all become Higuruma stans over the course of like 6 chapters.
No, because he has like the most like creative CTs since Mine.
I like with Higuruma for the most part, we've just kind of skipped the bullshit and just went right to domain expansion.
I want to see what his curse technique is, like his basic one.
Like, I'm wondering, like, because the way they said it is it sounded like he unlocked domain expansion first and then learned his other techniques after the fact.
Yeah, like he
which is a
backtracked.
weird but interesting learning process.
Bro.
Yeah, like not everybody learns it the same
Poor
way.
Nanami, bro. Poor Nanami. This man spent his entire life trying to become as good as like a grade 1, and then this dude's only like 12 days in. He's
It's been a week and a half. I've already
yeah,
learned domain expansion.
He's already better than Nanami.
Not since Mahito have we seen someone with this kind of prodigious skill
He actually
and
has
room
better.
for growth.
He has better like skill than Mahito does. because Mahito was born for a few months before he even tried to use domain or even figured out how his curse technique worked.
Yeah.
So, so
Davide says Tokyo Ghoul is not as edgy as its fandom. Oh my god, man. Oh my.
But yeah, bro, Miss, you should read Tales of Destruction. I don't want to say like review it or whatever, cover it, but just read it because I liked it. I don't care what other people say.
Okay, it sounds like something I'd be into.
I don't really care about.
Although I'm into
there's only like one character I can think of that's like two characters that look edgy, but like it's just more like they look cool. Like they're trying to look as cool as possible, basically. Not really edgy.
I remember after I finished Tokyo Ghoul, I went on Instagram and I like looked up some Tokyo Ghoul art because I'm like, some Tokyo Ghoul art is nice. I'd like to get some Tokyo Ghoul art showing up in my explore page. And then literally almost everything related to it is Instagram tier anime memes for a series that ended like 3 years ago.
I can send you pictures of what the characters look like.
Like, here's the
That's
thing.
fine. I'll probably just read it at some point.
They look cool. They don't.
Skin
Like,
says Tokyo Ghoul fandom sent the author death threats because they made Kaneki straight. Was that what it was for? I just thought it was because he got with a different female character than they wanted him to, so they fucking burned volumes over it.
Was Kaneki not straight?
No, Kaneki was straight. It was pretty implied that he was at least, interested in women from the start.
Considering the whole reason he turned into a ghoul.
The whole reason he gets turned into a ghoul is because he wanted to go on a date with a hot and dirty girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, and then she tried to eat him.
And then she tried to eat him, so, a little awkward for a first date.
Like, for some reason...
She didn't become a freak, though, until, she was trying to murder him. She was all nice and pretty.
Yeah.
That was part of the
Yeah, she put on an act.
And she became ugly and creepy and horny and hungry.
Well, she didn't become ugly. I mean, I would still have that.
I don't know, bro. Her eyes, pretty nasty.
Some people are into that.
Yeah, not a bother for me.
Though she did start getting very hungry and horny at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, she was on something, bro.
Me
She
and
was
Kaneki.
Not some freaky shit there.
Thing is,
I wonder if you taste.
Skin says also fight me, Misc, but Chainsaw Man over JJK. I think Chainsaw Man has better something. I'm trying to think of what it is. Because I think generally, in terms of this is gonna sound weird, but writing quality, I think Chainsaw Man's above JJK.
Yeah, not in the world building aspect. I don't think in.
No, because the world actually. I mean, let's be real here. There isn't really that much world building for either series. It's mostly character focused.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we're set in Japan and there's ghosts and demons and shit. There's your world building.
Also, the characters are way more fleshed out in JJK than they really are.
Because JJK is longer. Actually,
no, that's not even an excuse.
Chainsaw Man has a smaller cast, but more time is dedicated to making characters like Denji and Aki feel like actual human beings.
Yeah, then they go on and send him to the Holy Land to see Jesus. It's fine.
Yeah.
Of course. That's pretty cool.
So anyway, Ayashimon seems to be off to a good start. I'll say if the first 3 chapters are pretty good, I may start doing reviews on it. We gotta get people on. We gotta get people on these new Shonen Jump series. I will accept the first few reviews only getting 200 views.
Bro, Mashal needs to get its anime, bro. I don't want Mashal.
I heard Mashal's been going a little downhill lately because it's just become kind of repetitive or something.
No, whoever said that's a goofball to get smacked in the head.
I know you're the resident Mashal stan.
I don't think it's
got. Yeah, I like Mashal.
I know Fine hates it. I remember when I first started hearing of Mashal, and we know very negative fella. Fine doesn't like a lot of things. He's very critical. I remember he said, Mashal is so generic it makes me appreciate Black Clover. And Fine doesn't like Black Clover.
That's crazy calling Mashal generic. I don't wonder what the reasoning was behind that.
I don't know, maybe we can ask Fine if he hops in here or something.
Fine is very hard to please.
Fine is a hard to please man. He gives One Piece an 8 out of 10.
I think Mashal's a pretty I mean, MASH is the character's original. I mean, sure, the wizards and stuff is whatever. I don't really care. That's not the whole point.
Basically, Black Clover, Harry Potter, and One Piece. Not One Piece, One Punch Man, all in one.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, isn't MASH basically One Punch Man, but he's Harry Potter?
No, he's like, no, Mash is just like a really, really strong boy. Really strong boy. He's not One Punch Man. You know, he still get he know he doesn't like know it for everybody, but he's
Okay, so he's not as strong as Saitama, but he beats everyone by beating them up.
he's definitely does do that. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
And he has like a cool little wand. It's funny. His wand is funny. Cause like what he does with his wand, he just like stretches it and molds it into whatever he needs. And the way he beats people is funny because he beats you with like different like sports moves and stuff. Like, what's it called? Like I think in the latest chapter he like threw a curveball at somebody.
Skin says, start reviewing My Hero and Black Clover. I reviewed Black Clover a while ago. I stopped being interested enough in what was going on to do reviews on it. Also, the reviews got barely any views, so I didn't feel that motivated to do the videos.
Yeah, so many people do Black Clover videos. Like
I mean, look, with Black Clover, we did manage to get that one comment.
Tenry says, I don't know how Mashal's more popular than Undead Unluck. I mean, Undead Unluck's really good, and it's unique. Undead Unluck is one of the more unique series in Shonen Jump right now.
I read it, and I read Undead Unluck, whatever. And it was cool, but I don't really like it like Mash.
You're more of a meathead.
Nah, I mean, what's it called? Undead Unluck's like this stories is all over the place. I don't really understand what's happening. It's just a bunch of cool stuff happening. It's kind of it just doesn't really look that like it's not that like I'm not a meathead. Like I do like some story like, and it's just like I just don't like a ton of fighting. You know what I mean? There has to be something to keep my interest.
I mean, they've had quite a. When did you read it?
When did I read Undead Unluck? I read up to the most recent one, I think.
Oh, I mean, they've had quite a few fights.
Yeah, they've had a few fights.
Yes, Kanye. Undead Unluck does have a bit of a sussy first chapter. It's a little sussy, but then it gets good after that. So.
Yes.
It goes from having a very questionable, like eyebrow-raising first chapter to then having probably one of the healthiest relationships in Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
I guess.
Funny how that works out.
I started trying to read on that on
Tenry said these chapters aren't eventful enough for legitimate reviews. Yeah, a lot of the chapters are really short. I remember the last chapters I did reviews on were not even like 18 pages.
Undead Unluck?
No, Black Clover.
Oh, Black Clover, yeah. I tried to read. I tried so hard to get into it. It's trash. I mean, it's not trash. But I don't like it.
There you go.
You know, with Black Clover, at least you managed to get that one comment from that one guy.
Davide, there is still a Tokyo Ghoul crowd on Twitter. The series ended like 3 years ago. Why is there still a crowd?
Not what's it called? Have you read Chojin X? Is, in my opinion, I think it's better than Tokyo Ghoul.
No, I haven't kept up. I've heard from a lot of people it's just way too goddamn weird and doesn't seem to have a coherent plot yet, even though there's like a dozen chapters already.
I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know who keeps telling you this.
I mean, I haven't like spoken to anyone. I just like check on Twitter and I see people talk about it. I'm like,
Why you take Twitter, bro?
I'm not taking their opinion. I'm just telling you what I've heard. I haven't formed an opinion on it yet. Like, I don't really have an opinion on it. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
I just feel like it's from Twitter. Like, it's just like you shouldn't say it. This is gonna like.
Well, I go on Twitter. I see I see a wide variety of opinions on things on Twitter.
Chojin X doesn't even have that many chapters. I think Chojin X.
No, there's only like a dozen chapters out now or something. And he's gone. He's switched to weekly chapters now, hasn't he?
It just hit a dozen. Yeah, literally just hit a dozen. Like the latest chapter is 12. I mean, it's not. What's it called? In terms of like release, it's not consistent. Like it just comes out whenever. But like I like it so far because like. I mean, it's this beginning.
I need to catch back up again. I think I forgot to keep up after like chapter 4 or 5 came out. I need to get back to it.
It's like building into the story. It's like a slow build. Like I guess like if you don't like slow builds, I guess it's not.
Oh, maybe that's why they don't like it. I know a lot of a lot of people on Twitter don't have reading comprehension. You know.
It sounds like just say a lot of missed topics on Twitter. That's why I don't go on there.
Like the problem with Chojin X, right? Like,
have you been keeping up with it, Neve?
Oh, here's the thing, right? Whenever I try to keep up, I forget to because of the inconsistent schedule.
Well, now the schedule is consistent now.
Oh, it is?
He switched to weekly after like 6 chapters or something, which I was like, okay, I guess. I guess he was having the inconsistent schedule, so that he could get back into the flow of doing weekly chapters.
That's where.
Well, personally, I would have just preferred, as a matter of principle, that he maintained the upload a chapter whenever the fuck he feels like a thing, so that he definitely doesn't get burned out.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see Hikari after Higuruma. I don't really care. Like, I love Megumi. Like, he's one of my favorites.
Listen, I would be totally fine with it if after the Higuruma stuff is done, we flash over to Megumi, and Reggie and Remy are fucking dead. I would have no issue with that.
Yeah, I don't really give a crap about this Reggie dude at all. I want to see.
Like, Megumi is so ruthless that he will off-screen people.
Megumi's on a blood path, bro.
Megumi doesn't give a shit right now. He's like, listen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Beauty's not there to hold him back either, bro. He's gonna go around murdering everyone. We never seen Megumi go on his own.
Tenry Unitas asked JJK and Chainsaw Man crossover when? Maybe whenever part 2 starts. I know Fujimoto drew Nobara. Has Gege drawn any Chainsaw Man art? I don't think he has.
I don't think so.
And ranking Thanksgiving food clickbait title. We'll do it later. We gotta talk about that ring that is Elden, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The Elden Ring. Ayashimon. It seems neat. Hopefully it'll stick around and I can do videos on it, maybe. Because I really like mostly I just want to see more of Yuji's art. So...
But I'm not gonna lie. JJ, like, the fight scenes are all over the place. I thought it was just like Magito and stuff, but when I was reading like Higuruma's fight scenes, I'm like, bro, what is he doing? How do they fight these dudes, bro? They just be mixing you up so hard.
And they just do stuff.
They be mixing you up. Like this man Higuruma over there changing the shapes, the freaking like texture, like the elastic, like
everyone just totally improvises when they fight. They just do random bullshit to see what works.
Their whole thing is just like mixing you up. Like even with Toji and like Maki, they just do random, crazy, brutal stuff that no one expects.
It's a good way to kill people. That's why they do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you even how would you even predict that, bro?
I think Ayashimon has the potential. The potential is in its grasp.
I don't know. Is he just gonna be fighting everybody, or is this gonna they don't have like abilities and stuff? Because like yokais have like powers.
I imagine we're gonna have some yokai with powers. I mean, how could you have a dude that's a big head or whatever, and not have magic powers? I don't know.
Yeah.
What if it gets axed, Misc? If it dies, it dies. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Yeah, they get axed. I don't think so. Like it's going strong.
Good art. Interesting first main character. Good first chapter. It's got the demons that the Shonen Jump fans seem to love, and it's got all those references that they love too. So I don't know.
Also has a successful author. It's already made a good series, so it's like, you know.
So like when you have a new movie come out and they're like, yes, directed by Steven Spielberg, and that gives you about half of the tickets already.
Yo, did you guys see the new Moon Knight trailer?
See you later, Kanye. No, I haven't checked out the Moon Knight thing. I know a lot of people have been really excited for that for a while.
They're making they're theorizing it's gonna be edgy MCU basically. Like that's what they're gonna go for. They're gonna go for
well, I mean, if we're gonna have a Blade movie, you're gonna need to start doing some edgy shit.
Yeah, because they said like the Dark Knight's gonna be in, or whatever he's called, Dark Knight, whatever. I don't know what it's called.
Black Knight.
Yeah, Black Knight. He's gonna be in the Blade movie.
Yeah.
No, he's already showing up in the MCU.
Yeah, I know. He was in the. I heard he was
Eternals.
in the post-credit scene for Eternals.
Yeah, that's.
No, he was in the movie, but then he became the Black Knight with the post-credit scene.
I see.
I don't even need to watch it anymore because I already know what the end credit scene is.
I'm quite excited to see how what's his name, Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, because Moon Knight has multiple personalities. I want to see how he brings it onto the show.
Yeah, he's a crazy dude.
Yeah, I want to know if they're gonna bring him in his origin story, or they're just gonna throw us in the middle of his stuff going on.
They should have him show up in Blade so you can ask Dracula where his fucking money is.
Bro, Blade is gonna end. So many people, bro.
It's gonna be wonderful.
Is it though?
I think Morbius might be a part of the Dark Team too.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna be taking the Sony shit and putting it in the MCU, then why not have Blade fight Morbius?
That's exactly what they plan on doing with the what's it called? Spider-Verse garbage. I'm pretty sure that's their plan. I don't mean garbage. Like,
Uzari says Moon Knight gonna be fire. We will see. Anywho,
Yeah,
how about that Elden Ring thing? You know, that one game, it's like the Half-Life 3 of our generation. Or, you know, it was for like almost 2 fucking years.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, do you not know what Elden Ring is?
Nope.
Do you play video
How
games?
do you not know?
Yeah, I do.
Do you play Dark Souls?
Nope.
Well, that would explain it.
I don't play hard
Yeah.
games. Hard games give me ulcers. The hardest game I played was like Ninja Gaiden.
I'm pretty sure that's a hard one, so that's fair.
Ninja Gaiden gave me a headache in the first like I literally sat there like an hour trying to beat the first boss, and I had like a migraine because of how mad I was.
Well, we're gonna talk about Elden Ring and Elden Ring adjacent stuff for the next who knows how long, so you may want to dip out or something if you don't want to get bored.
I don't really care. I'm just gonna sit here and play with my pen.
Excellent. So,
Wise choice.
how long has it been now? Like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks? We got the 19 minutes of Elden Ring gameplay, and then now the network test has been up. We've had a few people that got like special access to the network test, so they got it before everyone else did, and they did not have a time limit for playing it, so they were able to do like everything in the section of the open world. So for starters, about that network test, that thing's fucking nuts. That network test is fucking insane. Because
Yes.
in previous network tests, you get like one area. You got like one area early on in the game. I think Dark Souls. I don't know what Dark Souls 1 had originally, but Dark Souls 2 just had. I think it was Huntsman's Copse. Bloodborne just had Central Yharnam with the Cleric Beast. You weren't supposed to be able to fight Gascoigne. I know some people figured out how to do that. Dark Souls 3 just had the high wall, and Sekiro didn't have one because it's a single-player game. And then I think the Dark Souls Remastered, I think that one, it was the, was it all of Undead Burg, and then the, Undead, I'm forgetting the name of the second area, you know, the one with the church.
Church? That's what it's called.
No. Seriously? Hold on, I need to check now, because it's bugging the shit out of me. Dark Souls, Undead Parish, that's what it is, the Undead Parish. I'm pretty sure that was just the network test for Dark Souls Remastered. For Elden Ring, they gave like half of the starting region, which I think is called Limgrave. You get half the fucking region. Half the region.
Oh, that's a really big half a region, and that's only one region. Ooh.
How much fucking? Oh, hold on. I need to check now. There was so much to do in this goddamn half a region. It was absolutely fucking like absolutely fucking ridiculous. It was in double digit time. It was like 40 hours that they were playing around on it for. What was it? 40 hours? Some people play with it for 30 hours. I think like fucking yeah, Fextra Life got 70 hours out of it. They probably did multiple playthroughs, like with different characters, but let's just go with like the other one. 30 hours on a fucking network test for a From Software game, and it's half the starting area? Are you fucking kidding me?
Elden Ring is gonna be
so
what a handful.
When I watched Vati's video that he did on it, I got the impression that there were like 4 or 5 bosses in the starting area, because they had the Tree Sentinel, they had the Demi-Human, they had the Watchdog, which is actually a cat, Agheel, Margit, and I think I saw the I don't know. I don't remember which one I saw. There are like 10 or 13 bosses in half of the starting area.
Jesus.
There are 6 main areas. Let's say that the bosses are spread out evenly. So there's like 10. We include Godric because we know he's the final boss of Stormvale, which seems to be the big area to get out of Limgrave. So that's like 11 to 14. Double that. That's like what? 22 to 28. And then you multiply that by 6. And holy fuck, we may have like over 100 bosses in this goddamn game.
Holy fuck.
Now, to be fair, only 3 out of the 10 to 14 that we're aware of are actual like real bosses, because there's a difference between foe vanquished and then greater foe or great foe vanquished. And I assume Godric, since he's one of the big 6 bosses, he probably has a I think they're supposed to be demigods or something, so it would probably be like demigod fallen or defeated or some shit like that. Even then, you're still gonna end up with like at least, let's say you have like 1 or 2 other in the starting area, so maybe like 5 major bosses. That's still like 30 major bosses in the game, which is pretty fucking solid. That's pretty solid. I think Dark Souls 2 had like 40-something bosses. Half of them were kind of shit. But the other half were pretty good. No.
Yeah, unless it's just like not quality over, it's like a bad quality.
Yeah, though.
I'm just saying in the worst case scenario, it's like.
So we got a lot of like new mini bosses. We've seen a lot of the boss encounters and like the dungeons and stuff are mini bosses, but they're not bad. And as far as I can tell, most of them are fairly unique. Like, I'm pretty sure all of the dungeons that we've seen are unique. So I don't think we're going to be getting, at least not a lot of copy-paste stuff like we got with the Sekiro mini-bosses, which I didn't really have a major problem with, but still, that's neat at the very least. And also, I'm very, very excited for the bosses in this game, because I love me some Soulsborne bosses.
Yes, you do.
And the great thing is, bosses have only improved as From Software has released more games. Because Demon Souls, let's be real here, only has like 3 actual good bosses. 2 if you think man-eaters are bullshit. Dark Souls 1, it's got a few more, but a lot of the bosses are pretty meh. I mean, it has Beta Chaos, and that kind of, that on its own is kind of a major detriment to the game. But you got like, let's count them off. You got the Bell Gargoyles, you got Quelaag, Iron Golem, ONS.
Hey, I gotta go for a shower and have some breakfast.
Hey, see ya.
I'll be back in like a little bit.
ONS, Nito's good. Sith, 4 Kings, Artorias. Actually, I would say you probably have like a dozen good bosses in Dark Souls 1. Some better than others. I would say out of the ones that are like really good, there are only a few, like Ornstein and Smo, Artorias, Manus, Gwyn. Some people think Gwyn's kind of shit just because of how easy he is, but like if you're not good at parrying, if you played the entire game without parrying once, you'll actually kind of have a difficult time with Gwyn. You got like some decent bosses. Then you go into Dark Souls 2. Most of the actual DLC bosses are great, you know, not including the co-op areas, because fuck them. Pretty much all of the normal bosses are great. I mean, you got fucking Alana, Sin, Fume Knight, Suralan, Ava, the Burnt Ivory King, who I would have as one of my favorite Souls bosses ever. He's probably my favorite boss in Dark Souls 2. And then main game Dark Souls 2 still has some pretty good bosses like Velstadt and Dark Lurker. Some of those, they're pretty solid. Bloodborne, Bloodborne. The hunter bosses, wonderful. They seem to kind of get a good grasp on how to do actual fucking good giant monster bosses. Like, fucking Ludwig, pretty good. Then we go on to Sekiro. Sekiro. Oh, wait, no, actually, Dark Souls 3 comes first. Personally, I don't think Dark Souls 3 has a single bad boss. There are some that are pretty meh. Like, Deacons of the Deep, pretty meh. Kirkwood, meh. But, like, even the gimmick bosses are way better than the kind of shit gimmick bosses that we had in, like, Dark Souls 1 or in Demon Souls. So, like, the bottom of the barrel in Dark Souls 3 was still pretty decent. And then when you get to the very peak with shit like, I don't know, Lorien and Lothric, who I just fought yesterday again, I was reminded of how good that boss fight is. Great OST, by the way. Just absolutely fucking wonderful. You have fucking Sola Cinder, the Twin Demon Princes, Midir, Gale. Gale is my favorite boss in the entire fucking franchise. Because he is the last boss of the Dark Souls franchise. Because he's the last boss of the last DLC. And he is basically a love letter to all of the bosses that they had done up until that point. He's great.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Sekiro has like 2 gimmick bosses. One is a stealth one that's neat. The other one is a really fucking cool. Everything else is pretty much a normal fight that absolutely excels in using the combat system that they created. Ishin is arguably the best final boss of a main game that they've done. He's absolutely wonderful. Fighting Ishin is a treat. Gale, Ishin, fighting those 2 guys, I never want it to end. When I fight those bosses, I feel upset about it being over. Which is why the boss rush and like boss mode thing that they added to Sekiro is like the best fucking thing they've done in any of their games. Because then I can just fight the bosses without having to actually play through the game to get to them. I can fight Ishin as much as I want. It's fantastic.
If only I had something that could run any Souls game.
You could always get a console and hook it up to your monitor.
Thing is, consoles are a little, they're a wee bit pricey.
Well, you can always start working somewhere or something. I don't know.
I could.
Start doing a YouTube.
Yeah, I'll do fantastic reviews with this great quality mic, of course.
Oh yes, of course. I still can't believe that we hit 1,000 subs within a year. That's fucking nuts. That's anomalous. Most people don't do that. I'm still amazed that that happened. Like, yeah, sub gain has slowed down this year compared to, like, the end of last year. But it's still absolutely amazing that we're as big as we are, and it's such a new channel.
Like, we hit, like, 3.5k in, like, what was that?
COVID, bro. COVID be bumping people up.
COVID did kind of help the channel a bit, yeah, because people were just at home, and they were like, fuck it. I think also a big help was the Jujutsu anime came out, and a lot of people were into Jujutsu. So that really helped boost the numbers up quite a bit.
We just need more people to subscribe before we do the Toriko miscast.
Yeah, of course. Well, we need more people to read it. I think I want Bam to finish Toriko before we do it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll kick off the new year with doing a Toriko miscast.
Do you think Band will read that much?
I finished Toriko in 3 days. That's really fun.
Yes.
I miss Toriko.
Absolutely.
Each day that passes after finishing it.
That man Bambina, bro.
Bambina is certainly something.
God.
He is a creature.
King at Play. Like, I remember, I was about to read King at Play, and Miss told me to get in BC for it. That chapter, it was like such a quiet chapter. But then, Bambina is fucking...
Oh, he's throwing stones across the ocean?
Yeah, Bambina, holy fuck.
The most powerful monkey in all of fiction. No, I won't take any kind of disagreements.
Toriko was so fucking good, man. Like, it went from 4 Beasts to Kicking Festival to, like, everything just before the time skip.
I laughed.
And then it went from
at the four beasts every time I remember they exist.
Then
It
went
is
from
fucking hilarious how random wildlife in the gourmet world has higher capture ratings by a lot than the four beasts.
Oh yeah, this thing with 100 capture level is definitely enough to wipe out the human world.
Oh my god,
no.
4 creatures of capture level 100 threaten the human world. Random shit in Area 8 has a capture level of 500.
Right,
Come
thing
the
is,
fuck
like,
on!
if I saw some random horse called Invite Death, I'd probably think the world's ending.
Yeah, I would.
Like,
A random
who
horse with tentacle feet.
Like, who sees this wildlife and thinks, I will name this Invite Death?
Because it's poisonous. If you go near it, you're inviting death into your house. So yeah, Elden Ring has big boss potential. I mean, just looking at some of the bosses, like Agil seems like it may be the new best dragon boss. And Margit seems great. Apparently a lot of people have had trouble with it, and you know when Souls veterans have trouble with a new boss, something's very good. Something's very, very good. And Godric was very promising. Very promising boss fight. I like it when someone just slaps a dragon head on their arm and they turn it into their new arm.
Like, looking at Elden Ring, this makes me want to buy a PS5.
That is the type of game that it is. Elden Ring's also inspired me for other things that we'll get into in a minute.
Yeah. Seeing that fucking dragon grab that fucking, lightning bolt.
Dragon grabbing a lightning bolt is fucking insane. I don't know how they keep thinking of new insane shit to have in the games. I think every time they get into the concept process, like the think tank stuff, they just smoke crack and then see what happens.
Dragons are pretty cool. People throwing lightning bolts, pretty cool. Dragon catching and then throwing a lightning bolt.
It's like, yeah, we know you guys are very familiar with characters throwing lightning bolts in these games, but what if a dragon did it? Like a full-size dragon. Just grabbed a lightning bolt out of the sky and chucked it at you. Wouldn't that be something? I think that would certainly be a thing, yes. So, yeah. I like the changes they've made to the gameplay. I know they kind of make the game easier, but I don't have an issue with that, because a lot of it's convenience shit. Like, you get your healing potions back from defeating groups of enemies, so you don't have to constantly go back to your Sites of Grace. I think that's what they're called now. Because it's a big open world, and you when you have a big open world, you want to encourage people to explore the big open world. If people are always having to go back to, rest at save points or whatever, that's not very encouraging for exploring the open world. Also, getting rid of most of the fall damage, very good decision.
That's a good plan.
That's a great idea, because now you invite more vertical exploration. I like the new spells. Oh my god, I love the magic in this game. Looks fucking great. It looks wonderful.
I saw the gameplay from this one guy. I think it was that Vati fellow you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
That weird fucking sword lance looks pretty neat.
The sword lance is great. I like quite a few of them. It looks like they've really decided to go and overhaul the way magic works. It's fantastic. The spirit system is neat. They seem to be doing more groups of enemy stuff. Basically, imagine the way they did Dark Souls 2 enemy placement, but they actually made it so that wasn't bullshit. You're able to have group battles now by just summoning spirits of things to fight for you. That's great. Being able to switch weapon arts between weapons is really neat. It gives you way more options for customization for whatever you're going to do with your build. Seems great.
That's interesting.
Also, getting rid of vitality as a stat and just having strength affect equipment load is the single most intelligent change they have made in fucking years. Because it's kind of dumb, it's kind of stupid that you can have a really high strength for wielding big weapons and stuff, but not have the equipment load to play normally while using one. It's dumb.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Wave. So the fact that now, when you upgrade your strength to use strength weapons, you also have higher equip load, just makes sense. It just makes sense for like ultra greatsword builds and shit. Like if you're going for heavy armor and a greatsword, it makes the most sense in the fucking world that you would scale equipment load with strength. So that's great. That's fantastic. Any other good gameplay changes? They've added extra. They've added like a secondary checkpoint thing for bosses in the open world. That makes sense. That's a good choice.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Because it doesn't seem like you can rest at them to heal. You basically just use them as a respawn point, which is good. Especially because sometimes boss runs in these games are fucking terrible. Like, Midir just has a really long, annoying boss run, but then you think of someone like fucking Sir Alan, who is one of the best bosses in Dark Souls 2, but has one of the worst boss runs in the fucking series. I remember every time I played Dark Souls 2, getting to Smelter Demon is the fucking worst. Because you cannot get through there without having to fight all the fucking Elan Knights. And for some fucking reason, in Dark Souls 2, they decided, what if you didn't have invincibility frames when you go through a fog door? So something can just fuck you in the ass and kill you as you're trying to run to the boss.
That sounds highly annoying.
I love Dark Souls 2, but it has some very questionable design choices. Very questionable.
Yeah, questionable sounds like
the design to make you have an aneurysm.
Yeah. So that sounds like these changes, you can argue they make the game easier. For me, it sounds like it just makes the game more fun. It sounds like it makes it more enjoyable to play. Will some of the bosses be way easier because of summons? Yeah, but as far as like the major bosses, for the most part, it seems like they've mostly designed them to be able to deal with that shit.
Yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, it makes it easier with other stuff, but with the main bosses, they have to be as tough as possible.
Yeah, like, if you notice, it seems like quite a few of them have AoE stuff, or they have like big 360 slashing attacks, so it's pretty hard for them to gank. Seems like the biggest benefit to spirits in some boss fights is it just draws their attention away from you for like healing and stuff, and that's usually what you summon other players for anyway.
Yeah.
Usually, if I summon someone for a boss, which I don't normally do anyway, the reason I want them there, the boss is super aggressive, and I want to be able to breathe.
Yeah, like, the whole idea of AoE attacks ruining your whole idea of making your own turn initiative cheese equivalent is, you know, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So, that's all fantastic. That's all really good. I'm very excited for this. Listen, if I don't have my fucking PS5 on February 25th, I'm just getting it on the PS4. I don't give a shit. When I get my PS5, I'll just get my free upgrade. Which is one of the best things that PlayStation's done with that,
I'm gonna
actually.
be upgrading my phone soon.
The free upgrade to having your game on PS5 is one of the best things they've done with it. Somebody said Gwyn would be pissed if he saw that dragon. Yeah, I remember like when the trailer came out, everyone, that was the one thing that like I was like, oh my god. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it.
Why?
Because in Dark Souls, dragons are weak to lightning. So the in-universe historical way that they killed dragons was by fucking throwing lightning at them.
Oh, that makes that even more metal. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Like, go back, watch the opening cinematic for Dark Souls 1. They just have a bunch of dudes chucking lightning bolts at dragons. Dragons are always weak to lightning. I'm pretty sure they still are. That's like the consistent thing in all FromSoft games. Dragons are weak to lightning for some reason. I know there's a lore reason in Dark Souls, but like outside of Dark Souls, I don't fucking know why. They fly. Shouldn't they be less weak to lightning? Actually, no, wait, flying types are weak to lightning. Never mind.
They should resist it.
They should resist it because they're not touching the ground.
I mean, like, lightning targets things are more high up.
Oh, that's true. I forget how electricity works sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of quirky.
Just start wearing rubber gloves and boots.
Yes.
I hard counter God by wearing rubber gloves.
Yeah, of course.
Davide said, I read that during the beta it was running better on PS4 rather than PS5. Really now? Well, I mean, I'm getting my PS5 anyway, so when I get it, I'm going to have it on there just so that I have things other than Demon Souls to play on the PS5. But if I don't have it by then, as long as it's running well, I have no fucking qualms getting it on the PS4. I remember when they still released games on the 360, I remember getting Shadow of Mordor on the 360 because I didn't have my Xbox One yet. That downgrade was fucking abysmal beyond belief.
Oh?
Like, it was so bad, they cut out most of the animations. Like, a bunch of the facial animations were gone. They got rid of a bunch of, like, character armor for some reason. Like, could the 360 seriously not fucking render that? It was so weird. But I've not touched it on the fucking 360 since. Like, I just play it on my Xbox One. Though I haven't played it in a while. I've mostly just played Shadow of War since that came out, because it's basically just bigger Shadow of Mordor. And they basically made the loot boxes, you know, obsolete. I never used them anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So he says there's a Dark Souls fan that made a webcomic. I think I've seen that before. I think I've seen it. So yeah, anyway. Elden Ring, very exciting. When that gameplay dropped, let me tell you, man. I got so hyped, so motivated, that I started writing my next D&D campaign because of it.
You still have like at least 13 sessions left of Jobber May Cry.
Yeah, we've still got like probably at least a month and a half left in the campaign that we're running now. But when we're done with that, I'll take like a week off or something so that I can relax, because I don't think I'm gonna run any Call of Cthulhu when I'm on vacation next week, so I'm gonna take a break there.
I imagine not.
Yeah, I think I may read Hell's Paradise again.
Good idea. It's a great series.
Because the only part I've reread was the first part where Gabby Maru's like, man, I don't want to kill nobody.
For me too, mostly just because I think the beginning of Hell's Paradise is the best part.
I thought it was funny because he's like, oh, I don't want to kill no one, Brad. He goes on and it's like, okay, fine, I'll kill you guys.
Yeah.
I love my wife.
I love my wife.
Hell's Paradise.
That's one of the best parts of Hell's Paradise. Gabby Maru's just like, God, I love my wife.
Bro, I honestly love Shinobi Gabby Maru more than regular Gabby Maru because he's like more ruthless and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, you bit my fingers off. He's like.
Sun Eater says in a lot of cultures, their mythology has a thunder god fight against a serpent or dragon. I know they do that in Norse mythology. I don't know how many other mythologies they have that in. Like, I know Zeus fought Typhon, but Typhon's just a big monster guy in general. He's not specifically a serpent or dragon. So, I don't know.
My space Typhon.
I don't know. Yeah, the space Typhon, Jesus. I don't know any other specific examples other than Norse where that happens. Like, I guess Ra fights Apophis, doesn't he? And Ra's the sun god, so that's kind of like Gwyn fighting the dragons. So I guess it'd be kind of like a mix of those two. But yeah, so I got inspired to write my next D&D campaign to be like a big open world thing. So part of my motivation came from Elden Ring, but my motivation, my inspiration for the actual setting came from this absolutely fucking tremendous artist that I follow on Instagram and Twitter called Thiago Lehman. I'll share his Twitter in the comments right now because he's absolutely fucking great, and I want to give him credit for some of the art that I'm going to show on stream because it's fucking wonderful. It's outstanding.
Yeah, his art is...
It gives me the big Dark Souls vibe. He started an art project, which is Throne of Bones. That's what the campaign setting is based off of. It's designed to be like a dark fantasy thing. And the way he does this is he'll come up with a character design and then write a little story about the character, and then we'll kind of build a world around that. He did a project a few years ago called Bug World, where it was a fantasy setting where it's all bugs. It's all different types of bugs that do all different kinds of stuff. He would have like factions based on different types of bugs and stuff. He did it for like
Hollow Knight.
He did it for like 2 years. He did like over 100 entries for it. He may have done an art book up for it. I don't remember. I know he originally planned on doing like an art project or an art book for Throne of Bones, but I don't know if he ever has brought that up again recently. He hasn't made a new character entry since like May or something. I hope he gets back to it soon because I absolutely fucking love this project. But let's have a look-see here. Like, look at some of these. Look at some of this shit. Actually, let me just get rid of my avatar here. Look at some of this shit. It's fucking amazing. It's great. Why would I not want to base a D&D campaign around this stuff? It's fucking fantastic.
Well, here's why I wouldn't do it. Because you're not miscellaneous content, and you're a bit dumb-dumb.
That's true, I am a bit dumb-dumb. That's fair.
No, I'm saying that would happen if you're not miscellaneous content.
Oh, yeah, you see? I get
you absolute foolish lad. Maybe you are a bit dumb-dumb. Ooh, what a twist.
Look at this fucking thing. This one he has is like his Twitter and Instagram profile. Oh, the image quality's shit, because it's not the actual original image, it's on ArtDive or whatever. It's great. This shit is so good. Man, there we go. This shit is so fucking good that I'm gonna base an entire D&D campaign around it.
Yeah.
Now, the fun thing is, I have a lot of stuff to work with here. Oh, I realized the chat cuts off the fucking images. Jesus Christ.
Yo, I have a question.
You do?
Does hormones give you like the figure of a woman as well?
Yeah.
Like the curves?
Yeah, I think that's how that works. Oh, hold on, it's fucking stuck on studio. Jesus fucking Christ.
This dude has a really nice booty.
I see.
Fool, you absolute fucking... There we go. Yeah, there it is. See? We had some mild technical difficulties there. We're back now. We're back in business.
I just call it Ashley, bro.
Misc,
I know, the stream's catching up. The stream's catching up.
You know what I hate about Hell's Paradise, though? Is,
what?
That they introduced a lot of really, really cool characters, like, at the end.
Yeah, towards the end, they introduced some pretty cool dudes.
Yeah, like the dude with the one guy, what's that dude's name? The one with the stick sword. That guy was cool.
Yeah, Jika's great.
Yeah,
so,
the one that just laid down was like, yeah, we're all gonna die, whatever.
Ideally, starting in like January or February, maybe even late December. Probably not. No, we're not gonna get late December. January or February, I'm gonna start doing a D&D campaign that has a lot of this shit in it. And the real fun thing has been filling out the rest of the world lore, and then coming up with new stuff that fits in with the vibe, that fits in with the world that has been initially created here that I'm pacing this around, which I think is great. It's really good when art is able to inspire stuff like this. So big props to this guy. Definitely check out his Twitter. He probably has his Instagram linked on there. It's easier to find most of his art on there. It's great. It's fucking wonderful. I love this guy's art style. I hope he goes back to Throne of Bones soon, because it's wonderful. Anywho, I believe I promised, quote unquote, that we'd be doing a little bit of a food tier list, would we not?
Everyone's favorite part of the stream, where it gets a little controversial.
I know people love their food tier lists. My food tier list.
Yeah, people get a little heated. Ooh. We get a little, we have heated gamer moments in chat.
Yeah, heated gamer moments over my tastes in food. Very normal shit.
Terrible.
I like how chat gets more aggressive or fucking food opinions. Then when you say Hunter x Hunter is meh.
I don't say Hunter x Hunter's meh. I just say Hunter x Hunter's not like a 10 out of 10 for me. I say the exam arc is meh.
What great arcs, but
Yeah, the exam arcs,
also got some bad arcs.
Misc art versus this dude's art. Oh, this dude, I can't fucking draw skin. I have terrible art. I can't fucking draw yet. I'm not skilled enough. I need to practice for like a year straight to even have decent art. Because I need to find more time for doing art. The thing is, I have school, I have other shit that I want to do, I have videos. It's really hard to find enough time to do things for as much time as I want to.
Hey, I'm gonna be going.
See you, Wave.
See ya.
Yeah. I might be back. I don't know.
You won't be.
Oh, this
I have
one's
a late chapter on your
excellent.
house.
Actually, I think I may want to wait until Griever can join before I do this. Do I not have ad blocker on? These are ads. Fuck off.
I think Griever is busy with his
Yeah, I know. He said that he
Stop.
may join in later. I don't know how long he plans on doing his stream for. Blocked 98 ads on this page. Jesus fucking Christ.
Fuck off. Thanks to your maker.
And I accidentally opened Office again. I love that fucking app.
I love Office. And how it's, you know,
How I keep
destroys.
accidentally opening it.
Like, how do you, like, decide to try and unpin it from your taskbar, man?
Yeah, but then I'll just accidentally end up clicking the Windows Store or whatever, the Microsoft
What do you-
Store.
What do you think Reggie's curse technique is? Like,
I don't
receipt-
know. I don't care that much yet. He's gonna fucking die very soon.
Yeah, but Reggie's just gonna show everybody how like powerful Megumi's become. That's all he's there for.
There you go.
Yeah,
Alright
we're gonna
guys, you're
see
gonna have
when
to
we beat this
tolerate
guy.
the fucking VIP outlet PlayStation 5 ads because Google. I look at, what was it, VIP outlet to see what they had for PS5s on there, and now tier list makers deciding to give me ads for them. Because they sell your personal information. Cookies are a thing.
Wonderful.
Hold on, I'm gonna check Griever's stream. I'm gonna tell him we're gonna start ranking Thanksgiving food if he wants to, you know, if he would like us to wait a little bit for him to join.
Right, if he wants us to wait, we can do something funny, I suppose. The tiger's vessel. Ooh, the Griever.
Oh, it seems like Griever may
call.
be ending his stream very soon. What perfect timing.
Ah, yes, you had to litter some funny things around his chat. Gotta put worms in his chat, yeah. I love worms.
Thank God he started doing earlier streams now. Oh, I heard the GTA Remastered Trilogy thing is god-awful. Like the worst thing to come out in years.
What, like the new game or the San Andreas one?
Okay,
You're talking about
Griever's
the-
gonna join in a few minutes, so we're gonna wait a little bit.
Are you talking about the San Andreas one? No? Okay.
Anywho, where were we? So, folks, we'll just be diddling our thumbs a little bit before Griever
Yeah, we
joins.
can tickle some thumbs.
Diddling a
Just
few
25.
thumbs, just a little bit.
Only a few of them.
Can I tell these ads to fuck off?
No.
No, don't. You motherfuckers.
You will miss Guess's stream key stolen very soon. Just watch.
No, I don't want to see more. Fuck off, VIP outlet. I'm never visiting your site again. Fuck off. Fuck you, you fucking bitch. Consumer privacy notice. Oh, fuck you. You have like 18 chapters in your table of contents. Go fuck yourself.
Misc, you're on stream, bro.
I know. I curse on stream all the time, Dad. Do you watch the streams?
What? Why am I not allowed to curse?
You're not allowed to say certain words that may get me demonetized.
Oh.
Like, you can say fuck all you want.
Yeah, I
but,
say
like,
fuck all the time, and I haven't been demonetized for it yet. That whole
Yeah,
thing
that's-
about YouTube cursing or whatever, you don't curse too much in the first 30 seconds or whatever, and you're fine.
I don't really think I said that word. Those words. Like,
I think like
on
once or
stream.
twice. It may have been on the anniversary stream or something.
Oops.
You tend to say it a lot in VC.
Yeah, but it's usually because no one's streaming. It's like
That's
you know what I
true.
mean?
That reminds me, when we were actually enforcing the rules and talking about that, you were brought up, like, whenever I remember it, I just find it so funny that we have to think about
they
making
told me-
exceptions for
they
this
told me I
person who
was-
only
they
talks
told
like
me I
once a
was-
month.
They told me I was brought up or whatever, and no one really said anything to the contrary of me saying or speaking the way I speak. They said that no one really had anything to say about it.
Like, the only thing, like, people only said that, like, you're hard to negotiate with or something, which I don't think so.
I don't think I've been very hard to negotiate with.
Mm.
I think maybe that's just because they're used to power scaling debates.
Oh, probably.
If you talk about that, man, I'm an arguer, but like,
I find it so funny that we have to talk about making exception rules for someone who talks like once a month.
who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that often. I'm just like, it just depends. Like, I'm a busy dude. Gotta do
Yeah. Busy lad.
Yeah, can't be chilling.
Got a
all the
lot of
time.
busy people these days. Seth doesn't even have time to watch my videos.
Yeah, you even have to leave the server
Yeah,
because he's just
I
a
watch
good
your
boy.
videos and I like post every once in a while about like.
Excellent.
This-
That's
this-
all
this
that
kid-
matters.
Yeah.
As long as I get my views.
I come
Of
here
course.
I come here for the good old JJK Raws and the live stream stuff.
I can't believe that someone tried to spoil me on the latest chapter in a fucking Kengan Reviews comments. That is still the most bizarre shit to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like-
I don't know about those guys.
I
It sounds
do chapter reactions. How do you think I do legit chapter reactions without faking it? It's by not reading the fucking spoilers. So I don't know what's gonna happen before I read it. Why the fuck would you try to spoil me? And not just spoil me, but spoil me in the comments of a completely unrelated series.
Yeah, I think it's people are really using their noggin, not really thinking.
No,
that
some
intense.
people are not thinking very much. It's very strange.
Yeah, they're not the smartest.
But I feel like your crowd appeals more to the younger, the younger
I mean,
dudes tend to-
probably because I'm younger. I mean, I review weekly Shonen Jump series that are relatively new, and Kengan seems to have a, the usual battle manga fan base. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, this is other battle manga I've been reading. It's fire. I think I
Griever.
sent you the link to it actually.
I think you did, yeah. Hello, Griever.
What's up?
Griever, I believe Kanye said he was telling you that we were getting visited by a bot in the stream chat.
Yes. Quite entertaining. I'm sorry I missed that part.
You can always go back and watch it later. This means
Yeah.
that we made it. If I have a porn bot in the stream chat, we've fucking made it.
I think so. Like I was first told that Misc Content's stream was promoting pornography, and I said, why the fuck didn't I think of that? That was my first response. And then after that, the explanation came after that. So
Yeah.
That's fucking. And then it came back again with this slightly different variation. It was amazing. It was incredible.
well, if bots are gonna come into your stream, that just means you're doing well.
It means I'm doing very fucking
Yeah.
well. So
It's like a random chimp event.
yeah, random
right.
chimp event is happening right now.
God, I love random chimp events.
Random chimp event is fucking hilarious.
What's gonna happen in the 24-hour stream?
Man, I sure do wish Adblock actually blocked these ads anyway.
Thanks, Adblock.
You're a real one. Not. Let's shrink the stream chat a little bit so you guys can see all the... Oh no, that's too much. At that point, we may as well not have it. Okay, we're going to be going chatless for a little bit, so I'm going to have to check studio again every once in a while.
Yeah,
You're going chatless. Oh,
Or
big
I
brain,
could just
big brain.
slightly compress the... what if I did that, huh? Wait, that's not the same thing. That's... God damn it. Oh, yeah, what about now? Ooh. Oh, that doesn't work the way I hoped it would. I guess I can do that.
Yeah. If you move things slightly over,
It's not going to be as
yeah,
pretty, but
perfect.
there you go.
Aye.
It's a little more cinematic now. We still have this fucking VIP outlet ad in the corner. I can't really do much of anything about that.
Just move the chat over to that, maybe.
But then there's
Yeah.
one on the
Oh,
other
no, it's
side that the
both
chat's
sides.
covering.
Fuck.
yo,
Oh no.
The VIP
Well,
outlet ads are everywhere.
why don't you, Misc? Why don't you take the window, like right? Why don't you take the window capture and move it over to the left to block the PS5 thing, and then put the chat where the Sony 3 thing is.
Yeah.
You just move it over, like you don't have to shrink it or anything. Can't you just move it?
Oh,
Have,
hold on,
two chats.
hold on. I have an idea.
Okay.
But, oh, wait. Hold on, we're gonna see how this works. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh no, Misc is using technology again. Be
Oh
scared.
god, and what if I then, hold on, we're experimenting here, and what if I then moved the image 2 down so that it was behind that? I need to remember how to do that. Order. There it is. Move down.
Mm-hmm.
Give me all of your money. I've done it. I've mastered technology.
Yeah, sure you have.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
I've mastered the art of using the internet.
Of course. Now
Video
tell me,
software is mine to command.
Oh man, what's up, Griever? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'll be right back. I'm going to get a meal.
Okay, so about your stream, Misc. Welcome to the big leagues. Thanks, Real Medell. So
Yeah.
I need to add another tier as per usual. Typical shit. How do I do
Let's
that again?
see. Let's see.
I need to add a
What
row
are
below.
what are the current tiers? Elite will get seconds. That's a good tier. Great. Okay. Maybe and hard pass. What tier are you gonna add?
Never had before.
Oh.
It's an important one to have for distinction.
Have you literally never had some of these?
Look
at them first.
I don't
like-
drink red wine.
Well, okay.
I don't think I've ever had a scalloped potatoes.
Scalloped potatoes.
Scalloped potatoes.
Scallop-
Don't think I've had those before.
They're absolutely. You would like them. The way you know how you do your twice baked potatoes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a similar idea, except you put them in a cream sauce. It's
Oh, I
delicious.
see. This is
So
why
if you
we
like
have the
if
never
you
had.
like pasta, if you like white cream pasta sauces, and you like potatoes, you're gonna like it.
This is why we have the never had tier, because it's for stuff that I might like, but I've literally
Yeah.
never had it before. So
That's fair. That's fair. And also, I have a question, Miss. Before we even begin,
yes.
we are ranking Thanksgiving foods, but are we ranking them based on the fact that they belong on Thanksgiving, or that we like the food?
That I like the food, because I know there's a lot of shit like mac and cheese for me is not really a Thanksgiving thing, but
Yeah, I like.
I've had
That's
it,
the
like,
reason I was
once.
asking. Like, I like mac and cheese, but I'm like that. If
I've had
somebody
it
tried
like
to serve
once
me,
or twice at Thanksgiving.
Really?
Like, I think at least once I've had mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving.
like to me, if we were gonna go, see, that's why I asked, because if we were gonna go Thanksgiving, like I like a good homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious. But if we were gonna rank this on Thanksgiving, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
are
like
you
what is it doing
serving me
there?
macaroni on Thanksgiving? Fuck the hell off, you know?
So we have turkey, pumpkin pie, apple pie, biscuits, Brussels sprouts, squash, jellied cranberry, which we here in the States just call cranberry sauce, green bean casserole, cornbread, corn, cranberries. Wait, what the fuck?
No, jelly cranberry and cranberry sauce are different, Miss.
Okay, the jellied cranberry that we have is usually the cranberry sauce we have. It's advertised as that. This is strange to me now.
Okay.
I've always thought it was
don't,
weird.
Don't
'cause I'm
worry,
like,
you're
this isn't a
American,
sauce.
it's fine.
I'm like, this isn't a sauce. Why do we call it that? Creamed corn, dinner rolls, which I guess are just the softer variety of biscuits, gravy, ham, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, red wine, roasted vegetables, scalloped potatoes, sparkling juice. I guess that would be like apple cider or something. Stuffing, and sweet potato casserole. So, to start, I am not of the legal drinking age, so I've never had that.
Must not being European.
I have not had scalloped potatoes, but I guess we'll have to put those on the list. I'll have to try them at some point. And I have no idea if I've ever had green bean casserole before. I literally can't fucking remember.
It's...
I think we'll put that in maybe because I like green beans, but it's about it.
Right. Like, yeah, if you like green beans and you like casseroles in general, you should enjoy green bean casserole, but it's nothing to go like, yeah.
Okay, by the way, we're doing this week because if I read a shitload of One Piece this week, we'll probably do Miscast next Sunday. Especially since I'm not going to be doing one the Sunday after because, well, I'm on vacation. I'm probably not going to do any streams that week, so, like, no miscellaneous stream or anything. I don't think it's good streaming conditions there, so...
I feel like, you know, it's hilarious. You're doing Thanksgiving right now, and I'm like, oh, wow, you're kind of late to this party. And I was like, oh, wait, American Thanksgiving. I always forget.
Remind me, what's the deal with
Canadian Thanksgiving?
Why
Yeah, Canadian Thanksgiving was over a month ago.
Yeah, why do you guys have yours that time?
Because because it was the same story. Basically, nobody knows who invented Thanksgiving. The Americans think they did it, but of course, that's just history books.
That's
the
an
idea,
America moment. Yeah.
Yeah. The idea is basically they both. It was all about the harvest, right? So it happens in the fall. So ours is in October, and your guys is in November. It's based on the Indian tribes that lived in both sectors, pretty much. So your guys' harvest would be different from ours because we live in a colder climate. So ours was earlier because the frost hits us. Like, for example, if I go out in the morning tomorrow morning, you'll see, like, not snow, but frost all over the lawn. It's already frosty. You guys were able to harvest up until November or almost December because...
It makes sense.
So,
it's a weather thing. It's a climate thing.
Yeah, it was a weather-based thing. Down in Texas, there's no frost on the grass in Texas right now. So... You know,
yeah, we don't have frost in the grass that often that here.
Exactly. So we both celebrate Thanksgiving, but it's just that it was all based initially back in like 200 years ago. It was based on the harvest. You celebrated the harvest.
All right, we'll leave green bean casserole on there because I'm just gonna assume it's some basically I've eaten green beans before. I think I have a general idea of what green bean casserole probably tastes like if I haven't had it before. It's one of those things. Listen, if I don't remember having it, it probably didn't leave that much of an impression on me.
Fair point.
Sweet potato casserole, I think I've had this before.
I've never had a casserole.
It's kind of...
I give that a hard pass for me. I don't care for sweet potatoes.
For me, sweet potatoes are all right, but like normal potatoes blow them out of the water every single day of the week.
Well, I'd have to say I prefer sweet potato mash over regular sweet.
Nah, sweet potato for me is too stringy.
Yeah.
I don't care for it. It's not my thing.
I
mean, it's alright, but just generally, in every single way, normal potatoes are better. So why?
It's a sweet potato is a bad version of squash.
Yeah. How high up do we go? Stuffing. Stuffing is pretty great. Now, I am aware of two different types of stuffing. There's the normal kind of bread stuffing, and then we have a type of stuffing that my grandmother makes. Meat
Sausage stuffing?
Meat stuffing.
Yes.
I'm
They're
pretty
usually used
sure-
with pork or sausage.
Now, I don't remember exactly. I'm gonna find out like next week because I'm gonna
Mhm.
fucking be there. But I'm pretty sure she may actually use parts of the turkey to make the stuffing.
It's kind of difficult to do that because generally you want everything piping hot at the time.
Yeah, that's
So you could make a turkey stuffing, for example.
I think she might use something else.
Yeah, like for example, like if you were to buy something outside of it, you know what I mean? Like you bought a turkey breast or something.
Yeah,
outside
I
of
think
the
it's
main
probably beef. Yeah, it's probably a beef stuffing.
Could be. A very classic one, as I said, is sausage stuffing. A lot
Yeah.
of people do sausage.
Now, as I will mention here now, I'm one of those types of guys where when you have a meal where there's a whole bunch of shit that meshes together really well, after a certain point, every fork has various different food items on it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so the stuffing is one of those things.
Right.
Next, sparkling juice. I hate carbonated beverages with a passion. I just don't like them.
Don't think I've had sparkling juice.
So fortunately, I've avoided most of the drinks that are bad for me.
I've never heard of a sparkling juice before.
I assume they mean like it's Welch's, so it seems like it's some kind of non-alcoholic wine or some bullshit. It's like apple cider, I guess.
I've not had a lot of things. Not. Oh, the boss pack, motherfucker!
It's back.
Out of here.
Oh yeah, the bot is back.
Yes, online strips without clothing. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's back. It's
Yeah.
back. There we
Where's Team Strips without
go.
clothing? Back.
Did you hide them from the channel?
I have done so.
Yeah, that's the third time now. That's fucking incredible. That is absolutely amazing.
Wait, what happened?
The bot returned band.
What bot?
You don't know?
The bot.
The bot online strips without clothing?
Naked HD XYZ online strips without clothing. That is the new bot in the Misc.
This is the third time they're back again.
Where is it? I don't see them in the
We
welcome.
banned it. We got rid of it.
It's in the stream chat.
It's in
Is
the stream,
is the
not
stream
in the
buffering
not
right
in the
now or
Discord.
something? It looks like it's buffering on Studio.
Oh, it's on YouTube. You mean?
It's not in the Discord, no.
No, in the YouTube chat. Okay, stream's fine. It's just Studio's taking a fucking year to catch up.
Yeah, as Studio does.
Reporting the bot did something to your browser.
Nah,
It gave you a virus. They're after
Neve's
you,
computer
Neve.
mode.
Nah. It's just slowing it down a lot, that's all.
Yeah, my computer got really slow for a second too. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think YouTube just has not good
Well, this is
you
what we
know,
have our moderators
and-
for.
That's right.
reporting.
Roasted vegetables. Pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not the
definitely.
biggest vegetable guy in the world, but I think roasted are usually pretty good.
I'm actually one thing I have to ask, Miss. Are you seriously not going back for seconds of stuffing? That seems a little.
There are
That's a little-
other things I go back for seconds. for.
Okay, fair enough. Just checking.
I mean, one of them is technically supplementary, so you kind of have to go back for seconds of it.
Right.
For me, stuffing
I
is more like... I like it, but for me, it's more of almost like a padding on the plate, where it's like I have more stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I thought stuffing was just like the insides of the turkeys.
You do. You put the stuffing inside the turkey.
Hence,
I think the purpose is to keep it moist, is to keep it from drying out. The problem
you can cook a stuffing. Stuffing can be cooked in the oven, or you can hence stuffing. You
in
stuff
the turkey,
bird.
and you cook it in there,
Yeah,
and you do that to keep it
even
moist.
is baked
It's bread.
stuffing though?
It's bread.
It's bread or meat. Usually, you have bread in there in some extent.
Yeah, you usually a true an authentic stuffing is simply when you put basically you break up bread with sage or summer savory or seasonings, Italian seasonings of any description. You take a bunch of raw bread, you piece it together, then you stuff the bird with it, and then when you cook the turkey, then when the turkey's done, you take the stuffing out and then you eat it.
Right.
Listen, every time Thanksgiving food discourse comes around, I see people saying, yeah, actually, turkey is the worst dish. It's the worst part of
No.
Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm like, this is how you let people know your family doesn't know how to cook a fucking turkey without saying they don't know how to cook turkey.
Thank you. I was about to say, this is going to go in a very weird direction.
Every time I see their complaint, they're like, oh my god, it's so dry. I'm like, yup, you don't know how to cook a fucking turkey.
You don't know how to cook a fucking turkey. That's right.
It's that
turkey,
simple.
right?
Learn how to cook a turkey, and you'll love it.
I don't have that for Thanksgiving because, of course, that doesn't exist over here.
Yeah, unfortunately, you should just do it, though.
Yeah, but you also have Christmas dinner. And...
Yeah, you have Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Personally, I think
Thanksgiving...
For Thanksgiving, I don't even fucking think about Thanksgiving from, like, a historical context. I know that's why we have holidays, but for me, Thanksgiving is literally just an excuse to eat a bunch of food with your family members.
I have a sign in my living room that my wife bought me. It says, football, turkey, stuffing, gravy, and it's orange and white. I put that out from October to the end of November.
There you
go.
go.
That's literally that's what Thanksgiving is. Football, turkey. That's it.
Now then, mashed potatoes, possibly my favorite side of all time.
Perfect. I love mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
mashed potatoes.
If they don't have gravy, they need gravy.
Personally, mashed potatoes
is
one of those things where I could eat mashed potatoes literally any day of the week. I could have mashed potatoes with dinner every fucking day. I don't care.
Yep.
Gravy only then elevates it to another level as it does for things like turkey.
God, I've not had something with gravy in a hot minute.
Oh, we need some gravy.
We need gravy.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese. I like mac and cheese. It's not really a Thanksgiving thing for me, but I like mac and cheese.
Yeah. But we said we're not rating this based on whether it belongs on a Thanksgiving plate. We're just rating it on.
I'm like, I look at this. This is all shit that people do have at Thanksgiving. So I'm like, yeah, I don't see anything on here. I don't see anything on here like fucking pizza or something. I'm like, what the fuck is that doing there?
Yeah,
if that was on there, I'd be like, I need to go to a different tier list.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too out of place. The most out of place thing, honestly, is the mac and cheese.
Yeah, but
and scalloped potatoes. Scalloped potato. The reason scalloped potatoes are there is because of the ham. Ham dinners and scalloped potatoes are like they're like turkeying stuffing. They're a match made in heaven. That's the reason they're there. But you wouldn't generally have it with that. But maybe some people do.
Mac and cheese is a thing that I don't personally usually have dinner, but I know that people do, so I'm like, whatever. Now ham for me personally is an Easter or Christmas thing.
It's Easter, Thanksgiving for us. It's never Christmas.
Yeah, I see. So for us, turkey is the big meat dish for Thanksgiving. What are you doing having ham also, you know?
Yeah, ham's like different time of year, of course.
Oh, Thanksgiving. See, here's what you do. You do both.
I guess you can do both, but I don't think we have enough people to do both most of the time.
We only have 4 people, Misc. We do both.
Jesus.
We don't care.
Well,
leftovers
I guess you
for
guys
days.
have more
Leftovers for days. You have turkey soup, turkey sandwiches, ham
you know what?
rolls.
That's definitely.
Yeah.
But ham I like, but for me, ham is always. If I had a choice between having ham for every big holiday meal or having turkey, it's not going to be ham.
Fair point. Have you had a real ham though?
We always get a real ham for like Easter and stuff. We get a real big ham.
Yeah, like you get a butt, not a shank. You get the real.
Yeah, we get the real thing. Okay. It's wrapped in the foil and shit.
Well, okay. Do you do the pineapple and cherries on top, or what do you do?
I don't think we put cherries.
Okay,
we
you
have
do a real
pineapple.
ham. Listen, because I've had people have those processed 2P hams, which I don't mind. But I've had people be like, I don't like ham. It's like you've had deli ham. That's not real ham.
This is true. It's a completely different type of thing.
Right. Okay.
Not to mention, it's usually way fucking thicker. You can tell how processed the deli ham is. Corey says their family doesn't know how to cook a turkey. That is a bummer. You should fucking tell them.
You should murder them.
Just
okay, maybe
watch,
not.
Literally,
don't
it's
do
not.
that.
It's not difficult though.
It's
so easy.
I think my dad basted the turkey for the first time last year, and it was way better than it had ever been. And our turkeys were already pretty good.
Here's the problem that people think is so difficult. It's like when you make a big, like, let's say a Thanksgiving dinner, right? You make a Thanksgiving dinner. The thing is that people go, oh my, everything's fucked. It's like, no, it's not difficult to make every individual dish. They're very simple, very easy. The thing is to make everything timed, everything hot, and nothing overcooked. That's what the difficulty of making a big meal is. But cooking a turkey is fucking easy. You throw it in the oven. There is literally very few steps to a turkey. There's like 6 steps. Watch a Gordon Ramsay video. He does 2 things, puts it in the oven, walks away for 4 hours.
Stuff a bunch of stuffing in the turkey, throw it in the oven.
Yes. All you gotta do is pepper and salt. Some people don't even add the salt, like, because you need very little, because you can oversalt a turkey because it's already naturally salty. So you do like a sprinkle at most, but you just crack black pepper on it. You stuff the damn thing. You put it in the oven and you leave it there for 4 hours based on weight, and then you bring it out. It's done.
I don't know how big our turkey this year is. I imagine it's a little on the bigger side because we're actually having a big Thanksgiving this year.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, that's this will be the first time I was up north for Thanksgiving in 10 years.
Mm.
The last time was before I moved here. And I imagine it's going to be kind of significant. Well, because, my sister's getting baptized the day after. But I'm pretty sure my grandparents are going to be moving out of their house sometime soon. Because it's just a fucking giant house. And they're not really, equipped to take care of it for much longer. So they're probably going to be moving out soon.
That's actually, honestly, not the grandparents part, but that's kind of hilarious. I always laugh at people like, oh, I got baptized when I was 20. It's like, so if you had died by the age of between 1 and 19, you would have went to hell, but now it's all okay.
Yeah, I think that's why she's getting baptized.
Fucking hilarious.
Odd.
Well, because my sister was the one that had the accident, so it was after that she started being much more insistent on getting baptized. Not that she's been particularly more religious, but she's insisted on getting baptized, so...
Oh yeah, you laugh every time you go to some of those more hoity-toity. You go to a trailer park, you see a bunch of fucking drug dealers and gun owners, but they're all like, "Oh, God said this, and we go to church on Sunday." Blah blah. It's like, Jesus Christ, you people are literally the reason what the Bible is against.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny when it was brought up. I'm like, Jesus, Listen, I'm not religious. I'm not fucking Christian or whatever. I have an excuse. You won't anymore.
That's right. At least I didn't lie about it.
You gotta start acting a little more godly if you're gonna get baptized, because now you're not gonna have an excuse when you go to hell.
Yeah, I don't pretend to be a saint.
I'm like, listen, when I croak, I can be like, oh my God, I had no idea, please have mercy, But with her, it's like, aren't you literally a baptized Catholic?
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Anywho,
it's like the people that go to confession. It's
yeah.
okay, I'm going to keep cheating on my husband for 10 years in a row. But I go to confession and I do 95 Hail Marys and then I'm good.
My uncle made fun of that. You guys know my based uncle, who I've brought up a few times. After, when we were visiting over the summer, she brought that up because that was when she had kind of started the process and stuff. She got the materials that I don't think she's read.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, how the fuck does confession work? Oh, you go and you, confess your sins, so then you're forgiven for them? So does that mean I could, go around murdering people, and then if I confess to it to a priest, I can still go to heaven? And she was kind of like, I guess? And he was like, shit, I should be Catholic now.
Just keep flipping through that reading material.
Yeah,
find the answer.
I don't even know if she's flipped through it. I remember she got the book, and I'm like, listen, you don't like reading school material. You're going to read the fucking Bible? And she was like, yeah, don't worry about it, because I do, Hasn't fucking read it.
Maybe you should inform her the Bible did not arrive by fax from heaven.
No, it did not.
To people who wrote down, normal human beings.
Anyway, gravy.
Oh.
High tier.
Yeah.
Gravy.
It's alright.
ascends mashed potatoes beyond the normal level. I remember when I was a dumb fuck little child, for some reason I didn't want gravy. I don't remember if I didn't like it or something, but for some reason I didn't fucking want it, and I don't remember why. My explanation is that I was a dumb fuck stupid child.
Or you could wait a minute. You could have been like Clover, who had that weird thing that you people do in the U.S. The whole white gravy bullshit.
I don't know what the fuck white gravy is.
It's that bullshit that you guys call gravy that has nothing to do with gravy, and people go, "Oh, it's gravy." No,
okay,
it's fucking
explain
not.
to me what gravy is. Isn't gravy made out of like drippings and
Yes.
meat stock?
Real
Okay,
gravy
then, yeah,
is made
I have
out
gravy.
of drippings. So, but
in fact,
white
I
gravy
think we've
is
even enhanced gravy from stuff that we've made. Like we've enhanced
Right.
it from the turkey before.
Right. White gravy is the difference is in that the problem is that in America there's this thing called white gravy, and what it is, it's not a gravy, it's a cream sauce. They made a roux, or roux, whatever. They made a roux, and then they basically add peppercorns, and then they call it a fucking gravy. And it's like, no, you made a cream-based sauce. You made the basis for all red and white sauces, and then you added peppercorns, and now you're calling it and you added flour, and now you're calling it a gravy. Shut the fuck up. It's not a gravy. It's got no meat drippings. If it doesn't have meat drippings, it's not a fucking gravy. I don't care if it's beef, pork, chicken, I don't give a fuck. But gravy is meat drippings. Put it in a pan, add flour, water, stir around a lot.
Okay, so I have gravy. I don't know, maybe Clover will ask her mom to make real gravy this year.
Maybe.
We won't be there to make it for her, so...
With mashed potatoes, but it's always good with meat.
Corey, this is your average Misc Streams.
Yeah.
This is just how it goes.
Always gets drilled by
Anyway,
something.
where were we? Yeah, gravy, it's the best. Even if turkey, even if you have like a bit of it that's dry, because usually the white meat's a little on the drier side, fucking put gravy on it. Oh my god, it's a miracle solution.
Yeah.
And that's right, and it doesn't mean the turkey's overcooked. Just sometimes you get you can't control your poultry.
Listen, turkey's got white meat. Some parts of it are just drier than others.
Well, it's like everybody could go to the same supermarket, buy the same roast that's on sale for the same roast, and Gordon Ramsay could cook a tough piece of shit out of one of them, and it's just like it's the cut of the meat. It was the cow. Like you can't control that, right? It's the way. Sometimes it's the way the animal is.
I got my chicken stir fry recipe from Gordon Ramsay, and that's a good one. But I've seen a few of his videos where I'm looking up like easy lunch and dinner recipes, and I click on the video, and a bunch of the comments are talking about how like Gordon, I wanted like a quick and easy lunch recipe. This thing has like 20 fucking ingredients.
Yeah.
The thing has like 20 fucking ingredients, or you made a steak sandwich with like a fucking $100 cut of steak.
I mean, the thing, like, I've seen some of those videos. The problem is that, yeah, true. They say, like, oh my god, I wanted something easy. Why do you have 15 ingredients? It's like, yeah, but out of those 15, let's take away the oil, the butter, the onions, the garlic, and the meat. Now you're down to only 6. Like, he's not actually asking for much. He assumes that if you are fucking cooking, you have onions and garlic and fucking spices on hand.
That's fair. I mean, I'm pretty sure I usually have that stuff in the house.
Exactly. So I do agree with the sentiment, but it's like, these are people who don't cook, who have a kitchen filled with Campbell's soups and fucking Swanson dinners, going, I need to go out and buy fucking 30 items for this. It's like, no, a real kitchen, you'd have to go buy 2 things.
Well, some people are poor.
Well, yeah,
my
but,
friend
I mean,
Danny
literally...
needs to go to a fucking supermarket and buy some shit to make food. I don't know if they have like a kitchen in his dorm or not, so I actually don't know if he has the means to cook food.
That's
but
fair.
like, for fuck's sake. Actually, no, he buys shit that I think he has to cook. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well, I'll tell you right now, one of the things that, like, it's fair. People can be poor. I mean, I'm fucking poor. But the thing is that, like, I always have onions in the house. I always have garlic because they're only 90 cents.
Yeah.
And spices. I'm telling you right now, I haven't been to the spice shop in a year and a half. My cupboard's full. You know how much I spent to fill that cupboard? $30. $30 a year and a half ago filled that spice cupboard, and I haven't used up any of them yet. It's not expensive to have spices. So the things once again. So for $50, you should be able to. For $50, you should be able to fill a spice cupboard, fill like the basic ingredients of Worcestershire sauce.
I'll have to give him a talking to or something if he decides to be in a cooperative mood.
But that's only if he wants to cook. If he doesn't want to cook for himself,
I remember, fucking shit. Before he went to college, I remember there were times when he would like text us that like his parents went out to dinner or some shit and they didn't leave any food in the house, and I'd be like, "What's in the freezer?" And there were various points where I'd be like, "Just fucking heat something up in the oven," or there's not frozen food. Fucking cook something, you idiot. Right,
like. Okay, what's in the Ziploc bag in the fucking freezer? Oh, a pork chop. Thaw the fucking thing.
Listen, there was like a span of 4 years where, yeah, there was legitimately not fucking food in the fridge, okay? I've experienced there not being any food at home before, alright? So I don't take any of that fucking bullshit, especially when he's in like fucking walking distance to Publix. Will it be like a bit of a longer walk? Yeah, but you can walk to fucking Publix, dipshit. Or if you only have like $10 on you, you can walk to fucking McDonald's.
Right.
Let's see.
Now I get if he's home alone and his parents are like, you gotta watch the house or something, you can't just fucking leave or whatever. But like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like, I mean, the only reason I buy like Mr. Noodles, for example, because I'm not a processed food guy, but it's because they go on for $0.25, which means they go on for 15 cents
like
in
ramen
America.
noodles. The reason ramen noodles fuel all college students is you can buy a fucking 12-pack for like $2 at the most.
Exactly, and here like the most expensive they get is 47 cents.
Yeah,
so I can get basically 3 meals for $1.50.
Listen,
so don't tell me you can't. You're gonna starve.
12-pack of ramen. All you need to do is throw it in some boiling water for a few minutes. That's 12 meals for like $2. I understand why college students live on those.
Oh, I understand too, and I understand if people aren't able to eat the healthiest. We're not talking about healthy. We're talking about people that are saying, "Oh, everything's too expensive. You can't feed." It's like celery 67 cents. Fucking onions are $1. Like, fuck off. You have tons of options for seasonings and food. You're just lazy. You don't want to cook.
All right, let's see. Let's get a little back on topic
here.
here.
They need to like cook fancy.
Yeah. Well, for me, when I make dinner, I want to strike a fine balance where like I'm making something kind of nice, but not something crazy. Like the stir fry has probably been like... No, actually my ramen when I think about the actual logistics of it. Or no, the thing I make with the most ingredients is actually my gumbo, and that takes a couple hours to make. But, you know, it's fucking great. That's something that's made for when I have people over the house or something. Dinner rolls, the inferior version of biscuits. I'm not gonna spoil that or anything. They're good, but they're not biscuits.
I mean, biscuits are a totally different thing. They're cooked in the oven and they're
This is true. Though they're
dinner rolls. Dinner rolls are meant there to soak up the gravy in the excess.
What the fuck on?
That's fair. Though I suppose biscuits and gravy is a thing here. I don't know where else we have biscuits and gravy.
I'm looking at these dinner rolls. These look very close to scones.
Really?
No, they're not.
I've had scones before, and I think they're pretty different.
Yeah. You open Neve. These are dinner rolls. You open them up. You make it. It's like a mini sub or a sandwich.
Yeah, they're like little tiny sandwich rolls.
Yeah, they're just dinner rolls. You open them up. They're bread. You open them up. You put meat and mustard on them.
It's just bread, which is good. I mean, I love bread and butter. That's why it's called bread and butter. But you know, it's not as good.
So
like biscuits
with
butter on them. Spoiler alert: biscuits with butter on them are way fucking better than dinner rolls with butter on them. It's just how it is.
Like I've had what do they call it? Reverse. I've had reverse pot pie, which is where instead of making the turkey pot pie, you make everything that you would put in the pot pie, and then you put a hot biscuit on top.
And then so it's like a stew with a biscuit?
Yeah, you basically make a stew. You make basically everything you would make into a pot pie, except you don't do the crust part. Instead of making the pie, you make a biscuit, and then you put the biscuit in at the very end.
Very
You eat it like a stew. It was
Fascinating.
delicious.
Fascinating.
Mm.
Anyway, cream corn seems kind of yucky. I'm pretty sure I've had it once or twice and I've never really cared for
Yeah.
it.
It's
Cranberry sauce, whatever this version of cranberry sauce is, I am 99% sure I have never had that. Corn? It's pretty good.
Corn's good.
Cornbread? Better than dinner.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
Never had cornbread?
Hate cornbread. I hate it.
Yeah, it's not up the thing over here.
I mean, it's not great, but it's
wadgy and gross. I never liked cornbread.
usually you want to have it with something. I think the last time I
They
had
always serve
cornbread,
it at
actually,
smokehouses here. I don't know. In Florida, Miss, do they serve it at like a lot of smokehouses, like ribs and shit like that?
I'm pretty sure they did have that the last time I went to a barbecue place.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Like
yes,
corn's
that's usually a
something
barbecue
that's
thing.
awesome,
I think the
place.
last time I had cornbread actually was when I made my gumbo. I didn't get it, but they went out to buy cornbread for some reason, so I was just like, okay, I guess.
No, I don't like cornbread.
I think cornbread's fine. It's a little weird. It's certainly got a strange texture to it, but I like it.
Fair. Okay.
Green bean casserole, you know, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of casseroles in general.
I've never had a casserole.
Have you
I've
had
a
lasagna?
few. I guess, okay, lasagna will make that.
No.
Technically, that's a casserole.
Technically.
Right.
You know, when we say technically,
think
it's
I-
usually, yeah,
alright.
casseroles aren't great, but lasagnas are technically casseroles. So.
Yeah, casseroles are
lasagna?
basically stuffing is technically a casserole. Anything that you put in a pan and put in the oven to bake is a casserole technically.
But with lasagna, the only time I've actually had it is a cheap school meal version, and you know how school meals are.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
That's genuinely
like I
fucking
felt
gross.
pretty nauseous after that.
Why would you
And
eat
that's like,
something
you know-
like that?
Because like school meals, you sort of like, you know, they're cheap. You know,
Could
your
you not
parents
have
can't
just
always
had
cook the
meals
ones
from
they
home?
do. So.
I gave up on school lunches in like sophomore year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gave up on school meals as soon as I could.
Actually, no.
But, like-
I think I fucking gave up on them in freshman year. Actually, they're bad.
I walked
thing is, like-
uphill both ways 50 miles in a blizzard to get my mother's egg salad sandwich rather than eat a school meal.
Back in my day, we would bring a
Right.
hot potato to lunch for school. It would keep
Actually,
us warm on the
I
way
fucking-
there.
Not gonna lie, I actually did do that.
Oh my god.
I really did. Well, listen, I don't eat fucking other people's shitty fucking church lady sandwiches. Fuck that. My mother's a better cook. So I just, and it's the most simple thing in the world to make a sandwich, but fuck that. They don't know. Like tuna salad without fucking celery. What the fuck are you doing to me? Fuck off.
That is strange. Yeah.
Yeah, they would
If
make, they would
I-
make tuna
I-
sandwiches without celery. I was like, where's my crunch? Fuck this. I threw it out and I walked home.
If I had to choose between killing a loved one and eating a school meal, I would kill a loved one in a heartbeat.
Oh. You're
That's
talking an
how bad
awful
school
lot
meals
about
are.
killing loved ones recently. Do you have anything you need to talk about?
Just some blood loss, I think.
No,
or
no.
something.
The fact that Neve, you're defining it as a loved one, like not like a family member. It's like, okay, is there
Yeah,
something
be a
going on in your
little,
family?
be a
It's
little less
a loved
specific.
one. It's specifically always a loved one.
Be a
So
little
it's like,
less specific here.
Right,
Just
like,
a
you know, it's just
family
sort of like-
member in
Yo,
general,
why does
because
it
you know
have to
you always
be-
have the
why
ones
does-
that you kind of fucking
Why does it have
despise.
to, why does it have to be a family member he's referring to? Like, can it be like a girlfriend? or
Because it's
something?
extreme.
No.
You gotta be extreme, but not too
no,
extreme.
that's right. Like, but what I'm questioning, I was just questioning because Neve, she was saying like she's constantly telling me it's a loved one, and I'm just saying like, well, wait a minute now. If it's a loved one,
Right.
you wouldn't want to kill them. So it's like, because you could easily say, oh yeah, I would, I'd murder a family member for a Klondike bar. Maybe you don't get along with your uncle. You know, who the fuck knows, right? Like, so
And
it's
it's like-
nothing in a statement. But the
This isn't
fact that
about
the adjective
avoiding
is
school
love.
meals, right? And you always have that one family member you fucking hate, so that would be like an
Yeah.
easy way to get out of a school meal. Like
Well,
you have to
I
make it
don't,
a real
because-
dilemma. You have to increase the stakes.
fair enough. Except I don't see it. I come from a warm, loving. We're in Canada. Nobody hates each other up here.
Of
That's
course,
fair.
because I don't.
Canadians are super
Does
nice.
Canada have that sentiment of like, oh yeah, siblings are meant to hate each other, thus justifying you?
Oh, we that totally. Me and my brother fucking despise each other, but I still love
I think
the
that's just
bastard.
a sibling thing in general, Neve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
You
definitely
know,
a
the
sibling
anime
thing. I hate
thing-
my sister, and yet I would help her out in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
The
and
fictional
that's
media
how
thing
real
about
family.
people loving their siblings is fictional for a reason.
Exactly.
Yes.
Even the ones who are fairly amicable with each other still fucking torment each other.
That's right.
Yes. You can love your sibling and still hate their guts at the same time.
No, here's the definition my father always gave, and I think it's the best way to say it. I love you to death. Doesn't mean I have to like you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that
Okay.
one before, actually. It's a good saying.
Or another thing I've heard, it's either ride or die with your siblings, or sorry, officer, I've never seen this person before in my life. It's either one of those two, but it flips all the time.
Something to be said for that. All right,
Jellied
so Miss,
cranberry.
so is this the cranberry sauce that you are used to?
Yeah,
where it's
this
in
is
the jelly?
this is cut up into slices, and you have it as a side. It's usually on a platter.
See, we have it more. We actually have it. It's actually ours is a cross between the cranberry sauce image that you see
Uh-huh.
and the jelly cranberry. Ours is more like chunked.
Uh-huh.
And then, but it's still in like a sauce. Like you can still like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could eat it with a spoon. It's almost like Jello. Jello would be the way to
Yeah,
describe
that's
our cranberry
Jello.
sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, jellied cranberry
that
for
looks-
me is like Jello.
Yeah,
it's
it looks-
a weird
that's-
thing.
no,
It's
that's
a
just like
strange.
fucking Jell-O.
Yes, it's the fruit portion of your
Yeah.
Thanksgiving meal.
It's delicious though. I love
It is
myself
good.
some
It's
cranberry sauce.
the sweet part. That's the sweet
Right.
you get.
It's almost like the dessert. And if you're like me, where I love my pumpkin pie, my apple pie, but if I eat a good big turkey meal, I can't eat dessert right after that. Squares, whatever, right? So that's almost like your little dessert on your plate.
Yeah, that's why generally Thanksgiving dinner is really a lunch, but it's a big fucking lunch.
Oh yeah, we have ours at like 2 p.m., 3
Yeah,
p.m.
that's usually around the time we have ours, between like 1
Yeah.
and 2. Maybe we'll
Turkey-
have it earlier
Yeah,
if there aren't that many
Thanksgiving.
people.
You imagine having Thanksgiving dinner at 6 p.m.? Holy
No, I
fuck,
can
everybody
fucking
be
imagine that.
asleep by 7.
Do you want to know the most insane shit that I found out last year?
What's that?
Clover's family has Thanksgiving dinner at dinner time, and you're not allowed to eat anything else during the day so that you have room.
All right.
What the fuck?
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now that this happened to me this year for my Thanksgiving.
Oh my
because
god.
my brother's girlfriend, right? She didn't get off work until 5. So, as a result, we had to delay our usual like between 2 and 4 p.m. Dinner whenever it was served. It was served. Now, usually what we do, we eat like a brunch or like an early breakfast, right? But nobody eats lunch because we're gonna have turkey, right?
Right.
Like once again, so the same sentiment Clover's family has, the whole don't eat anything so you can save room. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't do it until fucking 6 p.m. I do it till like 2 in the afternoon. So this whole thing happened last minute. I'm fucking starved. And at that point, I basically got nauseous because I hadn't eaten all day. And so what do I do?
Listen,
I'm like,
those low blood sugar levels you get when you don't eat all day are rough. It's fucking
yeah,
rough.
yeah. And then when I started eating, halfway through, I was like, no, I don't want this anymore. And then like 2 seconds later, I was like, no, I'm starving again. I want to eat everything. It was the weirdest dinner I think I've ever been at because there were stages where I was like, I need to get up from the table and go puke. And then at other moments, it was like, oh my God, I can't get enough of this turkey leg. And it was just like, it was a roller coaster of a meal because we ended up, she was delayed, so we didn't eat till 7 p.m. I hadn't eaten all fucking day, been up since 8. Didn't eat all fucking day. And all I had was beer and wine on board. So I was fucked.
Jesus.
You know? It was
Jesus
awful.
Christ.
Like, look, even I can't go all day fucking drinking beer. Seriously, I'll be shit-faced on an empty stomach. So it was not good. And that literally happened about a month ago, and I'm still mad at that. I was like, no,
I
no,
would be
I don't
pissed
give a
too.
fuck.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
it's fucking Thanksgiving. Take the day off.
Well, no, I didn't tell her to take the day off. I said, look, if you're gonna come here like a few hours later, I said we'll just heat up a plate for you, right? And you know what the
but we don't
worst
want to
part?
leave you out on the experience of having Thanksgiving.
The worst part was I don't blame the girlfriend because she agreed to that. She said, don't hold it out on my account. I'll come over. Just don't put anything away, and I'll plate myself. No problem. It was only gonna be a couple hours later, right? Everything would still be hot. It'd be like, all right, I'll heat it up in the microwave. Or we'll turn the
so
stove
who
back
was it that said you had to wait?
My fucking brother.
Of course.
And I literally never. I wanted to mush his face just in the fucking pillows and just hold it there. Hold it there where his legs started fucking flipping, you know. Well, of course he doesn't mind
hates
because
their
that.
sibling.
Yeah. Oh, it was not good. Not good.
Couldn't you guys have just ignored him or something?
Well, see, he's the golden boy because he's the younger one, so my mother listens to him.
Oh, that's weird. It's the opposite for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm the older one.
And you're more loved?
I don't want to put it like that, but I'm the one who behaves, actually, so I'm generally looked upon more fondly.
I will say that my brother does behave for the most part, but he definitely gets the preferential treatment when it comes to my mother.
You could argue I do. I think a lot of the time they let stuff pass with me more than they do with my sister, but I think that's also for various reasons that are her fault.
Yeah. See, we don't have that dynamic. Me and my brother arguably are both successful. We haven't killed anybody, you know what I mean?
I don't think either of us have killed anybody either, so I think we're still good in that department.
I just mean like the whole nobody's like you don't have the one that's like all punk rock into drugs, blah blah blah. Like oh my god, what a disappointment to the family. And then you have the like perfect like church boy. There's not that type of dynamic either. You know what I mean? It's
more so I just don't rock the boat at all, while the other one's actively trying to flip the boat over every day.
I took someone's life before.
When?
Whoa, wait, what?
Every day.
Okay, how about you not tell people unless you want the cops to show up at your door?
Hey, it was perfectly legal, bro. He said 1v1 me, bro. That's what he said. 1v1 me, bro.
I see, yeah, of course. You see, as long as they challenge you to a duel, completely legal. Don't take legal advice from me, that was a joke.
Think there's actually some European states that you can actually be accepted and challenged to a duel if you follow the three.
I think there may still be at least one state where duels are legal.
Yeah, you are allowed to challenge to a duel to the death and nobody can be charged.
Are duels still legal in Texas?
I think it's in like Cali.
Oh my god, it is.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
Yeah. Duels being legal, yeah. They still are. There still are.
I mean,
Texas has a mutual combat law. Jesus Christ.
They are actually in Latin America. The entirety of Latin America, they're legal.
Yeah, that's what you want to know. How I killed him? I did the V claw to his throat, windpipe.
I see. Very vicious.
Just like in YouTube. Just like on YouTube. It's on TikTok, and I was like, yeah.
I see.
Still legal in Great Britain, apparently too.
That is the most British thing I've ever heard.
Hey, listen. Some guy fucks my wife. I'm gonna be like, I challenge you to a duel, sir.
That's what that one superhero did. He's like, yo, you want to do mutual combat? And the guy's like, well, yeah, let's do it. And you beat him up.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see here, squash. Maybe I'm not a big fan of squash.
A squash is like not in that format. That's not even a butternut squash.
That's not even a cooked squash. I mean, squash. Actually, fuck it. I'll bump squash. Okay.
Yeah, if it's done well, and the problem is, once again, Misc, you and I talked about this. It's like with meat, like my mother's a good cook. I'm a good cook.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it depends on the squash. Sometimes you can cook it the same way 95 times. The 95th one might be amazing. The other 94 might be eh.
Yeah.
It depends. It's such a finicky vegetable.
Let's see, Brussels sprouts. Fuck off.
Yes. No.
I don't like Brussels sprouts, Griever. I'm sorry, I don't like them.
Have you had them with bacon, onions, and almonds?
No.
And you don't know.
Have I had them?
I remember the one time I tried to have Brussels sprouts, right? Like, they're heated up, So like you couldn't just say they're frozen. But these things were well heated alongside everything else on the plate, right? Rock solid.
Buy fresh.
They weren't
Neve,
cooked then,
I'm
Neve.
sorry. Buy fresh
No, they
Brussels
weren't.
sprouts.
No, they can't be. They couldn't have been cooked because they fall apart in your mouth. They're like a cabbage. They're like a piece of lettuce. They fall apart in your mouth. If they're cooked properly, they're supposed to fall apart. They're a mini cabbage. All you do, you cut them in half, you fry them in the pan, you put butter, bacon, a red onion, and fucking walnuts or almonds or whatever nut you prefer in the pan. You fry them up. They become
Canadian
delicious.
cooking. Ooh.
It's not
No,
Canadian,
this is
Neve.
not.
That's
This
just
is
cooking.
this
That's
is
just cooking.
British cooking. This is English cooking.
When you put some in the oven for quite a while, I imagine, those defrost them. Like,
Okay,
God.
Neve, this is the issue here. You're talking about frozen vegetables. That's different.
Yeah, and also I can cook. I have a bag of frozen Brussels sprouts in my freezer right now. I can cook that shit that it would melt in your mouth quicker than
Also,
butter.
this should be of note that I just put Brussels sprouts in like the basically the equivalent of F tier, and I'm still here saying Neve, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts, right?
Misc is agreeing more with Neve than me, but still defending my
Everything
point.
I got out of, like, whenever I did manage to, like, get bites out of it, right? The aftertaste was awful, and it lasted for 3 days.
It
I think
sounds
you
like
may have
you
eaten something that was bad. I don't think
No,
aftertastes last that
Miss,
long.
here's what Neve ate. She ate freezer burnt, undercooked Brussels sprouts, and I was gonna judge them. That's what she did. That's what you did,
Listen,
Neve.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been traumatized by food before. When I was like 5 or 6, I had tacos and then got like violently sick after the fact. And for some reason, for years, my subconscious associated tacos with getting fucking sick. And every time I tried eating tacos, I would get fucking nauseous. Only recently have I been able to eat tacos again.
Fair. That's fair. It takes sometimes if you throw up after eating a certain food, it takes a long time to get back square
Yeah.
with that food.
I mean, there have even been times like within the last year where I'm like, damn, I kind of want some tacos right now.
Yeah, I ate Hamburger Helper because of that.
It may have been
Nobody-
Hamburger Helper, I don't know. Or I just had
nobody
a fucking
should have been
stomach
eating
bug.
Hamburger
I mean, I
Helper
was
in the
like 5 or
first
6 or
place.
something. 5 or 6-year-old kids get fucking stomach bugs all the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't get like throwing up sick really at all anymore. That happened to me, I think a normal amount for kids or something. Doesn't happen to me anymore. It's a kid thing for the most part. Kids just get fucking sick all the time because they're kids. Anyway, biscuits. Basically,
biscuits?
excellent.
I would say great.
They
I'd
are
put
great.
right below
Yes,
stuffing.
I would have them as great.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. If I had biscuits with my beef stew the other day. Excellent.
Oh.
Enhanced the dish. By the way, that was a really fucking good beef stew.
I imagine it was. The one thing that I had a problem with is that you use baby carrots. I find baby carrots disgusting.
Yeah, that was just because we went to the store and my dad was like, let's just get baby carrots. I'm like, okay. I mean, there's the big carrots right here. We can just cut those
Yeah,
up. And he was like,
no.
no, we'll just throw baby carrots in. And I was like, all
but
right,
then,
I guess.
But I laughed because I was going to insult the baby carrots thing, but then the next time, before I got a chance to, you were cooking that stir fry, and you actually did the carrots with the shredded look. You know what I mean? With the like the zigzag.
Yeah.
You cut the carrots properly, and I was like, okay, I was going to fault you for using baby carrots, but then you cut real carrots the proper way a chef does.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
now I'm torn.
There you go. The only thing we should have done, for some reason, we didn't cut the fucking meat. Like, we got the stir-fried cuts of meat, and the plan
I
was
saw
originally
that,
to
yeah.
cut them again. And then when we were cooking them, I'm like, these things are fucking folding in on themselves. Why didn't we cut them? And my dad was just like, oh, I don't know. I just decided not to. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. I did notice that when you were sending pictures, and I was
I
like,
mean, it still tasted fun. There was just a little bit more work
Oh, yeah.
involved in the consumption.
right, yeah.
I ended up liking the beef stew more.
Mm.
I had higher
Understandable.
expectations for the stir fry, so you could say I was mildly disappointed, but the stir fry was still really good, so it's not like I was disappointed in actually eating it.
Fair enough.
But I think my chicken stir fry is still better. The Gordon Ramsay stir fry, superior.
There you go.
chicken, rice noodles, broccoli, mixed in with soy sauce, garlic, and maybe 2 eggs to kind of tie the whole dish together. Very
I do
good
not
lunch
do
meal.
eggs for my stir fry, but I do agree with this.
I did them originally without the egg, and I thought it was still good. But then the second time I made them, I included some egg in it, and I think it's better that way. It's like egg fried.
okay.
I think it does what Gordon says it does. It kind of ties all the ingredients together.
Well, it's used as a fuck. I'm trying to think of the word. Basically, a combiner.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
binder,
that's the
a
idea. Is
binder.
you now you've got something that's on everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's meant to do. I find it unnecessary myself.
I
but,
do agree it's
yeah.
unnecessary, but I think having it does enhance the dish.
Fair enough.
Let's see. We are in the final 3.
Oh boy.
Apple pie. Very good, but not my favorite.
I don't think I've ever had apple pie.
Homemade apple
What the
pie
fuck
would
do
go
you
in
eat,
elite for
Nefe?
me, but
Like, I've had apple crumble before. Is that vaguely similar in taste?
no.
What I love
Fucked up.
now, this is kind of like a dumb thing. I don't know if they have this in other places. We of course get whole apple pies like normal people, but every once in a while, when we're at like the store or something, they have the little tiny, little boxed apple pies where like you can eat it in like 3 bites or something, and we get those every once in a while. Actually, no, not every once in a while. We get them kind of rarely, but they're good. They're nice little snack pies. I like them. But anyway, my favorite dessert dish, yeah, pumpkin pie I think is my favorite Thanksgiving dish.
Oh, pumpkin pie
I
is
fucking
great.
love pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is very good.
Pumpkin
Very
pie, put some whipped cream on it. It's incomplete without whipped cream. It's not as good.
Well,
So when
good.
you have the whipped cream on there,
I hate. You talking about foods that make you barf? Whipped cream. I don't put
Really?
whipped cream on it.
that's an
Whipped cream
interesting
is
one.
disgusting.
Now,
I-
like out of the
I
bottle.
actually get nauseous. I get nauseous when I watch like a rom-com movie and I see like the woman doing the classic like doing the Cool Whip in fucking their mouth like straight up, and I'm like, oh my god, how did they not like barf doing that?
I mean, whipped cream is literally
no.
just fucking cream or whatever. I'm like, whatever.
Oh,
I just-
it's-
Wait, I was gone for a second. You talking about cheese in a can?
No, not cheese in a
No.
can. Whipped cream.
yeah.
whipped
Like
cream.
the shit you
Ah,
put on
whipped
ice
cream.
cream.
Just
Yeah,
'cause you
no, I
can't-
don't do that either. Fuck that. Ice cream doesn't need that. How needs pumpkin pie? Pumpkin pie was perfect as a pie.
No, it's good with pumpkin.
Yeah,
For
I
me-
agree.
for me,
Pumpkin
Like
pie is
it's
lemon
like-
meringue pie.
For
Like-
me,
like
whipped
fuck the
cream,
fucking
whipped cream to
meringue.
pumpkin pie is like gravy to mashed potatoes.
I can only accept whipped cream on apple pie or other fruits, like a sweet pie, not a pumpkin pie.
Mm.
This is why the food tier lists are always so controversial.
This
Yes.
is true. This is
Anywho,
true.
turkey, elite, truly.
Alright.
It's gotta go in elite. I mean, turkey
is-
is the
it's the
ultimate
thing-
poultry.
You can have just about any of these other things on fucking any other time, okay? But turkey is the holiday main course. I don't think I generally don't like turkey as much as mashed potatoes and gravy or pumpkin pie, but actually, you know what? I'll put turkey above gravy. It should be above the gravy. But I mean, it's the main course for a reason. It's great. There are a few things.
Very
comparable.
difficult to get a good turkey, though.
Not if you know what you're. Wait, you mean like the turkey before it's cooked, or
Oh,
like being able to
getting
actually
a good
acquire
turkey
a
and
good
getting
turkey?
it cooked.
I
I don't
see.
think I've actually had a good turkey because it's always been a little too dry.
You gotta find people that know how to cook turkey.
Yeah, the way other people have described it, I think I just haven't had like a good turkey yet. It's been alright, not the best thing, but other people say it's different from what I've tasted it. I guess I've just never had a good
Oh,
turkey.
I forgot. Last year I had a spicy turkey. Like it was seasoned to be kind of spicier. It was pretty good. It was definitely on the spicier side. But when you've got it with the gravy and whatever the fuck you're drinking. It's pretty good. I had like 2 Thanksgiving dinners last year. I had one at my dad's house, like the normal Thanksgiving dinner, and then we went and had one around dinner time at his, as of now, ex-girlfriend's house. So I got 2 Thanksgiving dinners. I think that's a pretty solid deal. But there you go, folks. There is my super definitive, ultra canonical Thanksgiving food tier list. Share your thoughts in the chat. Anywho.
Misc made all the wrong decisions. Misc's taste buds are terrible.
I think you have a really good palate.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that compliment.
I think overall Misc is one of the people that I've talked to about being a foodie, and to use the term lightly, I think that Misc honestly is one of the least people that I actually have a problem with.
This is great, because I used to be a very picky eater when I was younger. I'm still kind of a picky eater, but not as bad. There was a bunch of shit that I wouldn't fucking touch
you look at Misc, you look at your own channel, you look at food and cooking, you look at the abysmal opinions on there, and sometimes it's like, oh my god, I'm so
listen,
grateful.
Since Holly left, we've lost the fucking things that make you want to gouge your eyes out. We don't get as much of that.
Well,
Bob sometimes posts it as a joke. He finds cursed food shit to post there because it's cursed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, like, for example, but one of the things I will say is that, for example, like right here on this list, you said scalloped potatoes. I've never had that, and I'm like, oh, Misc, you would probably like them because I know your taste buds from seeing. So I'm like, you'd probably enjoy scalloped potatoes. You're like, okay, you're willing to try them. Some people would be like, no, sounds disgusting, never. It's like, listen. Give him a fucking chance. Jesus Christ. Like I don't question, like, if I went to a 5-star restaurant and somebody served me something that I've never had before, I'm just going to go, okay, like, I assume they know what they're fucking doing. They're the chef, not me.
Yeah, if the 5-star restaurant makes something and I don't like it, it's probably because I don't fucking like it.
Right, exactly. But the fact of the matter is some people will actually turn shit away. It's just like how I've told you this story before, how both the guy I work with tricks his wife and I trick my in-laws by marinating the beef. Yeah, you marinate the beef, then you cook it medium rare properly. They don't like the blood, but they don't understand. I'm not cooking well done. Well done is disgusting.
Ah, yes, the Misc original shrimp and sausage fried rice. I'm still so proud of that. My first original recipe.
That looked good. Yeah. I still got to get on that whole Shokugeki Griever thing.
I would watch the shit out of that.
I still have, actually, it's hilarious. Every single time I upload a video, it's right at the bottom because I recorded it on my MacBook and I uploaded it to the computer. I have all the raw footage from making 2 dishes, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta finish editing.
This was made like 2 years ago. Anyway, I'm here with it now to do my commentary.
Pretty much. But I mean, I have the script. Like, I actually drew up a script because I was gonna try to be funny. And now I'm thinking, like, at this point, it's like, fuck it, I'll just do it like a cooking fucking channel. I'll be like, hi, I'm Mario Patali. Or, wait, no, he was like a sexual assaulter. Never mind. Bobby Flay, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Generally, don't compare yourself to sexual assaulters.
Yeah, that's not a good plan.
No child
bad move.
Once again, in the 80s to 90s, or even beyond.
But this is one of the perfect, again, examples of can you separate the art from the artist. Mario Batali, I forget what he did. I think he grabbed some titties or something. But you can't deny the man could fucking cook. He's still a 5-star Iron Chef. Like, I'm still gonna, if he cooked me a meal, I'm not gonna go, oh no, it's disgusting because of what the man did. If the man can cook, he can cook. It's like the guy who wrote Kenshin, the guy who wrote Toriko, the guy who wrote, like, you know,
I understand the idea.
I don't give a fuck what the manga artist did.
Someone's product, something that they make, is something that helps support them. And if you, I don't know, buy it or whatever, you're supporting them. And if you abhor them as a person, generally you don't want to support them. So I kind of get it, but in general, if something is good, I don't care who it's from.
Yeah, I do agree with that sentiment. All I can say is I see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
And I think they're both valid arguments. I just think, like, at the end of the day, I'm buying Toriko volumes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and like, wasn't like Shimbukuro tricked or something?
What's that, Neve?
Wasn't he like lied to about the person's age in the first
Yes,
place?
he was. That was a
So, like-
controversial. It wasn't like the other guy who went around grabbing the butts or whatever. Who was that?
Oh, that age guy, right?
Oh,
Bill
the
Cosby?
Act author who did not act his age.
Right,
Yeah.
right. The act, yeah,
And that
like,
one
that
was
was
a
blatant.
travesty
That was caught on
because,
camera. That was
well, for starters, he was being a fucking creep and assaulting women in public. But also, apparently Act Age was a pretty good series that a lot of people had high hopes for.
It was
and then
amazing.
because the motherfucker couldn't control his urges to grope underage girls in public, the
Yeah.
fucking series got canceled.
with
and the artist, right?
Mitsutoshi,
The
with
artist,
as Neve said, with Mitsutoshi, it was like, let's be honest, okay, but like he went and paid for a sex worker. Okay, I mean, like, whatever you think about that, but the man was horny, so he went through legit channels. It's not his fucking fault that the fucking agency hired an underage woman.
Yeah, that's
You know,
on the
like-
agency.
Wait, that's
not
the whole
That's on the
story. I thought
agency.
like he had done like a, I don't know, like a preschooler, but yeah,
No.
that makes him a lot.
that may have
No,
been
it was like
somewhere
a
else. I don't know.
17 or 16-year-old who lied about her age to the agency, and then
Corey
all of a
says
sudden,
the
because he's
iPhone made
famous,
violently in China. I mean, yeah, well, that's different. That's a company, like with iPhones
Exactly.
and stuff. If you
So-
don't support stuff made by like child labor, that's different. Because that's more so how it's actually made. When you
Also,
buy a
wait.
product that's made in a certain way, I would argue, unless you have no other options for stuff to buy, that's an endorsement of it. Now, unfortunately, I'm 99% sure literally every smartphone is made by children in Chinese sweatshops.
Yeah.
So
probably.
there's not really much
I
you can
agree.
do about that. Like,
That's
what do you want
right.
me to do? Not have a phone? I mean, come on.
Yeah, like, are you going to research, like, for example, as you know, Misc, I built my PC, right, from the
I
ground
mean,
up.
if you want to be
So,
super
how-
dedicated to it,
Yeah, how am I going to know that every single part that I bought off of Amazon.ca, how am I supposed to fucking know where that thing was built and came from? Like, how much research do you want me to do to buy something that cost me $20 on Amazon? Do you want me to also check out every Beanie Baby, every fucking cuisine art fucking kitchen appliance, every single thing? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, at the end of the day, we know these exist. If we find out they exist, we want to end them from
but like,
existing.
how
Go to
about
fight.
instead of, I don't know, not buying shit that you probably need, how about you just, I don't know, vote for people that will make that stuff illegal? I don't know.
There you go. Right.
That's my
Like-
general rule for complaining about societal problems. You want to fix it? Do fucking systemic change, you idiot. One person not buying steak or whatever isn't going to fix the issues with factory farming. Fucking elect someone that will do something.
That's right. The one thing I will argue about when you said the steak thing, the one thing I will argue is that the only way grocery prices will come down is that some fucking idiots who don't shop flyers, they are the reason the price stays high. Because if they had to throw away, like, not thousands of pounds, but tens of thousands of pounds of beef, they would lower the fucking price. But the
People
problem is,
gotta just
rich people will
stop
go and
buying
be like,
shit
I
for
want to
a
have
while.
steak tonight, and they'll pay $30 for a single steak.
The last time I had a steak at a restaurant was like several months ago, and that was because we didn't have any fucking steak at the house. 99% of the time now, when I get steak, it's at home. Steak at restaurants is too goddamn expensive if you want to get an actual good steak.
For me, it's actually, nowadays with the prices of food, it's cheaper to go to a restaurant to order a steak.
Well, what we do is we get the whole cut of meat and then we cut it up and save it. So that's
Well, yeah,
usually
we
like
do the same thing, but if that doesn't go on sale, I'm not spending $300 for a beef tenderloin.
I don't
sorry.
think we have any beef tenderloins in a while because the price went way up because we're in the middle of a
Yeah.
fucking shortage.
There was a
People got
Costco, at Costco, it was $279 for a beef
Oh, it was
tenderloin.
fucking absurd. They stopped selling ones that weren't trimmed. We don't want the trimmed ones, okay?
No, you want the fat.
Yeah. And then they're
need
not
it.
not selling the trimmed ones, and then the ones that are trimmed or the untrimmed, And then the ones that are trimmed are gonna fucking cost more because you had to put more work into trimming them.
Right.
So now one that's already like one of the most expensive cuts, fucking more because you had to have someone else spend like, I don't know, 10 minutes cutting the fat off the outside of it or something.
And half the time, those butchers don't even know what they're doing. Like, listen, I love Costco. I love my Sobeys, our grocery store and stuff. I love these places.
Listen, I love my
They're
$500
20-year-olds.
monthly
They're
grocery
20-year-olds at a $15 an hour job. They don't know what they're doing. You know?
Listen, what we do, once a month, we go to fucking BJ's and Costco. We spend like $800 on at least a month's worth of food. We could probably go 2 or 3 months without visiting the grocery store again, and we'd be fine.
That's what I do, man. My freezer right now is stocked. I couldn't fit a.
This was
fucking thing in.
hilarious. So I think like at least it was a little more than a year ago. My dad bought another fridge to put in the garage so that he would have a place to put like more food that we're saving to cook later. And then a few months ago, he bought like a fucking box freezer to store more frozen shit.
Nice. I've got. I don't have 2 fridges, but I do have 2 freezers. And my brother has 2 freezers, and my father has 3 fridges and 2 freezers. Like, we have a stupid amount because when something goes on sale, you fucking go buy it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, because that shit ain't gonna go on sale for another 6 months. You know, like beef tenderloin usually goes on sale in the summer. You know, so you buy like 4. You drop a few C notes. You drop $300-400, but then you have like tons of steak, like a stupid amount of steak, and then you freeze it all. You chop it up, you butcher it, you do your own cutlets, and then you bag it, freeze it, vacuum seal it, do whatever you want, and then you have steak for all through the winter.
There you go.
That's you know. But the problem is that people today, like right now, all the prices are high, and because of COVID and all that shit. But people will not, like, because as I said, the people that have more than $20 in their pocket will go, oh, I feel like steak tonight. It's Friday night, and they'll go spend $40 on a single steak. And it's like, what are you doing? You're the reason the prices are high. If they had to throw away not thousands of pounds, but tens of thousands of pounds of beef, they would have to lower the price.
There it is. We gotta. This is the. I hate a lot of the people that make these arguments because I like eating meat. There are a lot of people that are like, stop eating so much fucking meat, America. Holy shit. And we're like, no, I like eating meat.
I would. If anybody says that I'm eating too much meat, I will slap them.
My mother is actually.
There are some people, usually various politicians, where whenever that's an argument that's trending or whatever, they're like, yeah, take a look at this big steak, and the thing looks like it's still fucking alive. I'm like, whenever they do that, I'm like, what the fuck what are you doing?
I love it.
The thing is like 3 inches thick. It looks like if you called the vet, they could save it.
But I mean, like my mother, for example, she's B12 deficient, and the reason is
you gotta get
she
your
didn't eat enough. She didn't eat enough red meat. That's literally like, to be fair, some people are born like she eventually would have had B12 deficiency because her body can't absorb it anyways, right? But she probably could have gone another 5, 6, maybe even a decade longer had she eaten enough, because my mother is not a huge fan of red meat. She'll eat pork and steak and stuff when it's served, but she's more seafood and chicken, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
but the fact of the matter is, had she eaten more of that, so like, it's like people going, oh, just go vegan. It's like, like the dietary restraints you would have to do to be vegan and be a healthy vegan and not have a problem.
My uncle's pretty healthy. I think he's been a vegan for what, like,
who has?
13, 14 years now, my uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he knows how to cook good vegan stuff. So
like, you have to eat a stupid amount of nuts and stuff, like, because where are you getting, if you're not going to eat any meat?
I mean, he eats like nuts and beans all the time, so.
Right, you need a high level of protein, iron, B6, B12. There's a lot of things that people don't think about that you need to.
Yeah, the reason he's generally against eating meat is he says it's fucking cancerous. We talked about, I mentioned like making my beef stew and beef stir fry, and he talked about it's fucking cancerous. And I'm like, listen, you read a lot of vegan health mag. I don't actually have this argument with him because I don't give enough of a shit to actually have the argument. I'm like, whatever, eat whatever you want.
Okay, hey, I gotta go now. I gotta start getting ready for work.
Later,
and
Wade.
I won't be back.
All right.
So, nice talking to you guys.
Nice talking to you
Yeah.
too. So I'm like, listen, you can eat whatever vegan stuff you want, but like, pretty sure we've been eating this shit for like thousands of years now, and we haven't all died off yet. So I think we're fucking fine.
According to the Mayo Clinic, red meat has strong chances of increasing the likelihood of colon
cancer, yeah.
colon cancer.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I've been able to find. Now, once again, this is a 2-minute Google search.
Yeah.
And granted, I can believe that.
I believe it, but I
Sure.
like my red meat.
Drinking alcohol. Listen, drunks don't all die of liver cancer.
Yeah,
but
some of them die in car accidents.
I'm gonna imagine. Well, look at Breaking Bad, right? Look at Breaking Bad. Walter White never smoked a day in his life, and this is a true. This actually does happen. Never smoked a day in his life, still got lung cancer.
Yeah, some people are just unlucky because various other
Smokers are
circumstances
way more
genetic.
likely to get lung cancer, but it doesn't mean you're immune to lung cancer.
Right.
You know, so like I drink. Well, everybody here knows I drink a lot of beer. If I got liver cancer, it's probably one of the reasons.
Yeah, it's like you
But-
would not be surprised.
No, I'd be like, well, shit, I should have saw that one coming. But if I got leukemia, right, blood cancer, I'd be like, well, that had fuck all to do with the fucking booze. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, well, I still got cancer regardless. So what is it? Like, I knew this guy. He died at 61, very unfortunate. But I worked with him for a lot of years. He was a contractor. He was the epitome of health. Never smoked, never drank,
There are a
ate
lot
rice
of
cakes with
stories
peanut
like
butter, worked out 3 times a day, 61, fit as a fiddle, and you have fucking heart cancer or whatever. Died 3 months later.
Jesus.
It's like, well, how's that fair? He did everything right. He checked off all the boxes and still got fucked. So it's like, in my mind, and this might seem harsh, but in my mind, I'm like, well, if I enjoy booze right now, and I have no other obligations, responsibilities, no kids, no whatever, you know, then if I want to drink and I want to eat pepperoni and I want to fucking, you know, then I'm going to do that, you know, because I could follow the rules and still get fucked anyways, so.
True. Skin says meat is the best. Yes.
Yeah.
Corey says vegan folks look at animals like I look at my credit bill. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You did miss one thing, Misc. Skin asked Misc, what is Torco in your top 5?
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned that.
Yes.
I think I mentioned that after, it may have been in the second Miscast episode because I just finished the cooking festival. I think I said it basically did like a big pull-up into my top 5 through sheer hype.
Yeah, Torco belongs in everyone's top 5 at least.
Because it is by far the most, fucking purely entertaining thing I've read in a really long time.
I don't think anybody who has read the entirety of Torco would not put it in their top 10, if not top 5. Because if you read all of Torco, how the fuck do you know? How do I please you at that point?
Oh,
You know,
right.
you don't get
Speaking of
pleased.
various series, Griever, have you read the first chapter of that new series in Jump this week?
No. What the fuck is it?
Ayashimon. If you go on Viz, it's the cover series.
Oh, right, yeah. It's in my to watch. I was gonna watch that or read it tonight.
Okay.
I'm gonna read that. I gotta read all the chapters. I haven't even read Sakamoto Days. I haven't read anything this week. I read JJK on Friday, recorded, produced.
Yeah, this was actually a pretty good week for Shonen Jump. Good Jujutsu chapter, good My Hero chapter. I don't usually actually read the My Hero chapters. I just kind of go on Twitter and I'm like, oh, that happened this week. Cool. A pretty good chapter this week for My Hero. Pretty good Black Clover chapter, which is good because we've had some pretty terrible chapters recently.
That's Black Clover.
Good Undead Unluck chapter. The new
Good second.
Ayashimon
Warriors.
thing seems promising. I'm mostly excited for it just because Kaku Yuji has really good art, and I want to see more of it. So I'm like, yes, draw more.
I'm a little. My entire subscriber base has told me that I'm a little disheartened to get excited about a new series in Shonen Jump. However.
That's understandable. However, I do think this thing has a few things going for it that may protect it from the usual chopping
Maybe.
block. It has a few features where I'm like, this may spare it for long enough that it can really get going and people will get into it.
Well, honestly, I think my next series that I start reviewing is probably going to be a shoujo again because
I see.
my Yona the Dawns do very well. And most of the commenters are like, why the fuck don't you have more subscribers? And I'm like, I don't know. I got a comment of that today. Today, there was a commenter being like, how do you not have a ton of subscribers? Oh, you tell me. I think that maybe I bring something different to the table in a shoujo aspect rather than a shonen. So, and I love my romance. Romance to me, like me and Nia D. Hemmings both agree 100%. Never read a series out of hundreds of mangas I've read. Never read a series where romance took away from it, only enhanced it. So
That's true. I guess unless both characters were fucking awful and just had a terribly written romance, that could maybe do it.
That's right. So but even then you would argue it's a terrible written story. It's not the romance that killed it. It's not like oh, the story was really good, except the main characters fell in love, and that ruined it. It's like, no, the characters were off.
Maybe if you could argue that it was a poorly written thing where it's just like, oh, they got together with like next to zero build-up.
Right, exactly. Usually, the easiest way to write something, and people are so excited about this, is the will they, won't they. It's a classic thing. You ask the will they, won't they question.
Just
about
fucking set it up very early and then occasionally play upon it once or twice.
Yeah, like Akainu Aokiji, are they going to get together? Are they not? Fire and ice. Like, let's see what happens. But
okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have to ask Neve. I remember when we were in a fucking D&D session a while ago. I made a reference to something that looked like that shot from the flashback Jinbei was describing of Aokiji and Akainu fighting. Is the scene I was thinking from just from the anime version of Jinbei explaining that, or did we actually see that fight later?
I don't believe we've seen that fight.
So that's what it was from.
I'm going to spoil it. We have not seen that fight.
Yeah, it's One Piece. You think Oda's going to show us a cool fight?
All the best fights are always fucking off screen.
All the best fights are off screen because Oda's.
Wait, listen, we can't have all the top tiers fighting each other on screen. Otherwise, you won't give a fuck about what the main characters are doing.
God, like everything in One Piece that's interesting does not involve the Straw Hat.
Kaido, Aokiji versus Akainu. Though, actually, I'm not too mad about this, because first off, okay, we're going to get into a little bit of One Piece spoilers. All 6 of you watching this who aren't in VC. Aokiji definitely felt like he was going to leave the Marines at some point. That definitely... When you saw, like, the flashback to Ohara, I'm like, this dude's not sticking around here. If we've got dudes like Akainu in positions of power, he's not sticking around. But then, initially, when Sengoku was like, yeah, I want Aokiji to replace me as fleet commander, or fleet admiral, I'm like, yes, we get a new admiral, and Aokiji gets a promotion. Then, with this information, I'm like, shit. Well, on the one hand... the Marines have lost the one guy who won't just kind of fucking do terrible things without much of an issue, because even though Kizaru's cool, like, he's chill about it, he still does it.
I mean, we still have Smoker.
We still have Smoker, true.
No, but, like, as I said to Misc, we lost a fleet admiral, we lost an admiral,
Marines
and we lost a hero.
now the Marines are being led by a fucking insane person.
Yeah, like when you think about it legitimately, like, yeah, as Miss pointed out, we might get 2 new admirals.
Which is cool,
dandy.
I'm very excited for that.
But do you think they're on the level of Akainu or fucking Aokiji?
Probably not, but
Then-
I'm more so just excited to see new admirals because
True,
I'm wondering
but-
if they'll be vice admirals we've already seen or just completely new characters.
Could be. But then the also thing you gotta accept is also now Sengoku's out, and so is Garp.
Yeah.
You just took away the two people who fought Roger and Whitebeard in the day,
And then
they're
the one
gone.
admiral who actually seems to have a conscience.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got no offense to the other animals, no offense to Kizaru or Akainu in this regard. They didn't fight the top billing back in the day.
And
You're taking away. You've literally not only did you eliminate the last remaining vanguard of the old guard. So if Rayleigh decides to come up and start shit, well, they're fucked. And which he hasn't done. That's the reason they don't go after him. But if he wanted to, I mean, who's gonna fucking stop him now?
Yeah,
Sengoku
exactly.
and fucking and
then
fucking Garp are gonna-
we're being run by a fucking lunatic.
we're being absolute justice. Kill all the pirates.
And then presumably
yeah,
now the strongest admiral doesn't give a shit. Like he doesn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I will execute justice.
I'm questioning now. Okay, I understand the difference between reigning justice and absolute justice, where Sengoku's like, yeah, whatever the Marines are doing is justice. Whereas with Akainu, it's like, whatever I believe is justice is
Right.
justice.
He is literally the black and white.
Yeah. With him, it's
No compromise.
the Marines stand for justice. What is justice? It's what I believe in. So if the Marines do something against my beliefs, clearly they're straying from the path of justice.
And yet, I just want to say one thing. A certain one-armed man said, fuck you,
off, yeah.
and he stepped down. That red dog put his tail between
You
his
gotta,
legs.
I'm like,
and
Shanks,
fuck
please,
away.
you gotta put the dog down. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta take him out back.
He said, red hair showed up and said, nope. And everybody went, and even Blackbeard, this is my era. I'm the new Whitebeard. Oh, Shank showed up.
I'm not ready to fight
cool,
you yet.
I'm cool.
Bye.
He stopped. Like, with 10 fucking men, this man shows up and goes, I know this is war. And then we got Whitebeard pirates, we got Marines, all the warlords, Blackbeard. Anybody want to fight?
No, I
Anybody?
didn't think so.
I didn't think so. I didn't fucking think so. So
Now, to
everybody
be
walked
fair,
the fuck away.
Blackbeard is like, oh, we're not ready to fight you yet. And I'm like, okay. Alright.
Is he ever gonna be, though? Really?
I mean, I do
Really?
think, I am like, yeah, Blackbeard has the, what is it called? The Gura Gura fruit?
The Gura and then Yomi Yomi.
Yeah.
So-
If he has Whitebeard's devil fruit now, I'm like, yeah, he would probably be the person closest to being a Yonko now in the present, but I don't think he's a Yonko.
He can't beat Shanks. Listen, at the end of the day, like even in the current story, okay, he's got Whitebeard's fruit. He had the Yami Yami no Mi, and he was all, this is my age, this is my era. Once again, saying he didn't even fight Garp. Sengoku kicked his ass. Akainu didn't even pay attention to him. So
I hold that against Akainu.
Magellan-
I'm like,
Magellan
Jesus Christ,
killed him.
this guy just stole
Magellan
Whitebeard's
killed him.
power and is trying to destroy Marineford, and you're busy fucking around trying to kill
Oh,
Luffy?
exactly.
Like, what's
But the
wrong
thing
with
is,
you?
People, like, the problem with, like, when people, I see all these tier lists, people put Blackbeard really, really high. And my problem with that is like, first off, if it wasn't for Shiryu, Magellan killed Blackbeard and his entire crew, by the way. They were dead.
Yeah.
So let's just be realistic. They died. Shiryu showed up and saved them. That's the only reason they're alive. So Blackbeard, moron. Number two, once again, as we just pointed out, none of the strong combatants actually, other than a half-dead Whitebeard who was dying anyways, fought against Blackbeard. So Akainu, Sengoku, Garp, nobody of significant, Shanks, nobody actually fought Blackbeard. Or if they did, they kicked the shit out of him, like Sengoku. So why people put him on the steals? And then, once again, he had, as Misc, you pointed out, the Gura Gura no Mi and the Yomi Yomi no Mi, and still went, oh shit, red hair, I'm running away. He had
'Cause,
literally
those are two
Whitebeard's
very
fruit
busted
and the
fruits.
darkest
Those fruits
fruit,
are
and he
both
ran
really
away.
fucking busted.
Right, and with 2 devil fruits, never before known to be able possible, with the 2 strongest devil fruits that we know of in the world, he still ran away from a dude with just hockey.
His
A
hockey.
one-armed man with a sword.
He's just that good.
Right,
Just that
so Blackbeard, the fact that people put Blackbeard on this high tier makes me fucking laugh. I'm like, he literally has shown nothing significant other than beating up on a 78-year-old man who is dying anyways.
I think it's just based on the
That's
idea
all
that
he's done.
we've seen Whitebeard's power, like how strong it is, like just his devil fruit, and we're like, yeah, Blackbeard has that now. That's really fucking strong. Then the fact that he can do all of the shit he can do with his dark fruit, that's also really strong. So it's like he has 2 of the strongest devil fruits. You kind of, when you look at what both of them are capable of, I definitely see why. When I think of all of the pirates who are not Yonko yet, who would replace Whitebeard, you know, where I'm at in the story now, I'm like, yeah, it would probably be Blackbeard. Just kind of makes sense. He's the one guy who's not already a Yonko that I'd be like, yeah, you would probably get there before anyone else at the moment.
And that makes sense. But also, before I forget, just to sort of move on a little bit, what do you think about Jinbei? Join my crew.
I fucking love this guy so much. He's
Luffy,
just the best.
Luffy is they made that moment the greatest because we had the Fisher Tiger flashback before that, all about the blood, all about the giving the blood. Fisher
Jinbei's
Tiger
like,
could have
listen,
lived.
whatever. I don't give a shit. Take
Yeah,
as much blood
but
as you need.
He learned, but Jinbei needed to go through that. We needed that flashback because Fisher Tiger, remember, could have been saved, but he chose not to. He just went, I'm like, he acknowledged, I'm too fucking racist against them at this point. Like, I can't live with myself like this.
Yes, the big theme of Fishman Island, generational
Racism.
hatred. Yeah, racism,
Yeah,
generational
it's-
hatred.
And you know what?
It's pretty
You know
good.
what? Like, some people, I saw one person call Fisher Tiger a fucking idiot on tweets, and I remember all the comments back then. But all the comments basically telling that this guy was fucking, because the reason is the big thing is, like, for example, racism is wrong. We can all agree on that. But I'm not going to go up to a dude who suffered at the hands of Koreans in the Korean War. I'm not going to fucking go up to him and say that he's not justified being racist against Koreans.
You know what?
I'm not going to do that. He's legitimately got a reason to hate North Koreans. And is he out killing anybody? No. Is he racist? Yes. But is it justified? You know what? If I suffer at the hands of a cannibalistic people for fucking 3 years, and then I'm released, I'm not going to have no happy thoughts if they move in next door. Sorry. And that is not me being wrong. It's still racist, but I think it's justified. So, in the same way, Fisher Tiger had the same idea. Like, I suffered at humans' hands for too fucking long. I can't like humans anymore. He was justified in his reasoning, saying they treat us like cattle.
As I was finishing up Fishman Island today, I was thinking, and I laughed at all of the guys on YouTube, the anti-SJW types that are like, yeah, Western comics are so woke, unlike manga. I'm like, yes, of course. Manga, famously anti-woke, like One Piece with its arc about racism and generational hatred.
Yeah.
Right.
And people don't like, and as you know, Miss, like even you said, the first half, not to me.
Yeah,
people hate
first chunks, but
Fishman
then
Island.
when we get to the flashback, I'm like, yeah, the flashback's good. And then we had everyone being like, stop fucking around with these dumb villains, fuck them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, cool, great.
To me, it was a shorter, better version of Skypiea.
That's fair. That's actually.
And the reason I say
pretty
that is
accurate.
because the only good thing about Skypiea was the flashback. So once Skypiea was boring, then we got to the flashback, then it was like, okay, this is some good fucking shit. Same with Fishman Island. This is boring. We got to the flashback. This is some good fucking shit. And the ending was good. And then the ending was good. And then we had the whole and with Fishman Island, the difference is we got motherfucking Jinbei.
Yeah, we
the
didn't
Chad
have
himself.
Jinbei and Skypiea, so that, yeah. Can't argue with that. Well, the difference is that I found NL to be entertaining, where Horty, I was like, fuck off, please.
Right. But you know what I like? The reason Horty was there was, I think Oda made this decision. Maybe he shouldn't have done it, but he made a decision to say, hey, like, these guys have just come back from time skip. They're all super fucking strong. We basically need to show off a new villain, but I also need them to be like, hey, he's nothing to the new Straw Hats.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And it comes across, unfortunately, the balance wasn't really there. But, I mean, Oda tried his best.
The issue is that Horty just seems like kind of a fucking loser.
Because he is a loser.
He just seems like he's very weak. Like, I think I kind of agree. Probably any of the Straw Hats probably could have beaten him at least before he decided to eat all of the steroids.
Yep. Every single one.
Probably. Even Nami might have had a good shot at it.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, Jesus.
Zoro beat him underwater.
Yeah, like,
that's
fucking
a feat.
hell.
That's a fucking feat. I don't care.
I beat a shark underwater. I mean, come
on. That's what he did. And then, as I said, the whole Jinbei giving the blood, and then saying, "Hey, join my crew," and then he says, like, the way Jinbei does it, it actually brings a tear to your eye. The way he says it, he goes, "Listen, like, because Luffy's sort of simple-minded. Let's call it that." It's just like, why don't you join my crew right now? But he's got his honor, he's got his duty.
I have shit to do, Luffy. I can't just drop everything to join you.
Right, but he does it in such a good way because you know how Luffy is, and he's just like, look, once I'm dealing with everything else, I will come find you. And if you still want me to join, like, I love how Jinbei is so fucking Chad, because the way he says it is not like, oh, I'll come find you and then I'll join your crew. No, he says, if you still want me when I find you again, and if you give me the offer one more time, I will accept it gladly. Like, the way he says this shit just makes him that much more
Chadly honorable characters I've seen in a while.
Yeah, he's so good. And even Robin's like, a really handsome man asked me to save you. And
I was like, oh my god, Jinbei, you even got complimented by Robin. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
People would kill for that.
People are simping for Jinbei out in the mangaverse and outside of the mangaverse.
Jinbei's a big fish guy, and everyone loves him because he's the best.
He is the best. He's so fucking good.
Jinbei, definitely top 5 One Piece characters for me.
Yeah, he's just so good. I mean, that's why Cole has all every time somebody joins his, I forget, it's his like 500 bits on Twitch or whatever, they have the whole Jinbei gif. You must be swift as a coursing river. And it's just always a gif of Jinbei just being like, yeah.
Listen, I know Jinbei joins eventually. I know he becomes a Straw Hat.
Well, he officially technically, he's a Straw Hat right now.
Yeah, technically he already is one. I think he may be my favorite Straw Hat.
That, you know what? That's not a bad fucking sentiment.
Because, I mean, Zoro is cooler than Jinbei. I mean, you can't, especially with this fucking post-time skip outfit. The post-time skip outfit. But Jinbei, I think, is just a better character in general.
Well, I would say, like, my top 5 are, in no particular order, because that'd be hard to do, would be Jinbei, Zoro, Luffy, Brook. I don't know. Those are the top 4. This is why it's hard,
because for me there are a lot of them that I kind of like the same level or so.
I'm gonna put those 4 as above everybody else for now.
One Piece is a very solid main cast.
Yeah.
It is a very good main cast.
Just a lot less entertaining than everyone who's not in it.
I find them generally really entertaining. I don't know. It's good. They're good.
Yeah,
and now, what? You're getting into Punk Hazard now, I think.
And I've been told that I will like this arc. So
I did actually. I like Fishman Island more than Punk Hazard, but people like it because of certain reasons, and you'll find out.
Yeah, I see.
But the reason I will admit though, Miss, the reason that I liked Fishman Island was the big moments in the flashback and the moments with Jinbei, the whole blood, and then the join my crew and stuff. See, you got to remember, I was reading that shit when it was happening.
Yeah.
So on a week-to-week basis, Fishman Island felt slow as fuck, just like Whole Cake. A lot of people complain about this with Whole Cake, but Fishman Island, yeah, it felt boring in the beginning, but then we had these epic moments with Jinbei, and it was just like, how the fuck do you say Fishman Island's bad art? Like it's building up to our.
It's a decent arc. I think it's a fairly decent arc.
Well, like if you think about it this way, it's culminating in the first new edition of the Straw Hat Crew since Brook.
Right.
This arc is all about Jinbei joining the Straw Hat Crew. So if
For
you
me,
put it in
I would have Fishman Island around the. I mean, I like Skypiea, so I would have it around the Skypiea and Thriller Bark level.
Sure. And that's
where
fair. It's
overall,
not a great arc.
they're decent. It has its good moments, but it also has its point where I'm like, come on, let's fucking let's get on with it already. Come on.
Yep.
Whereas I didn't really have moments like that with other arcs like Alabasta or Water 7 or Annie's Lobby.
Alabasta is pretty key as one of the best arcs.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's just be real. Though I'm curious how you're gonna feel about Dressrosa. More so than
I'm looking
Punkest.
forward to it. I think I have the general idea of what's up with Dofi in terms of like his character, and I like it. I like the general idea with his character and his motivation. I'm aware of it. I'm interested in learning more about it and how he plays out as the villain for the arc. I'm rather looking forward to it. Is Dressrosa an arc that a lot of people usually like?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people reading it weekly.
A lot of people. People either call it Alabasta 2.0, the better Alabasta. Dofi's the better Crocodile.
Because I mean, I know a lot of people say their favorite villain is either Croc or Dofi, and I'm like, these are both warlords with similar skull shapes that wear big coats.
Yeah, the argument stems from the fact that who's the better villain, Croc or Dofi, and it's just like, and just to give you context, I think it's Croc.
I know you do.
But once again, that's just like.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
I know the dude.
Like, I didn't like Dressrosa, honestly. There's a section of Dressrosa, and we'll talk about it once you get through it.
Croc's the better villain, mister.
Why is Croc the better villain? Because he's the best villain in all of One Piece.
That's not a reason.
Yeah, I want a reason. A circular.
Well, we'll get into reasons when I finish Dressrosa.
He's based on he's a culmination of every James Bond villain put together. I wonder why he's so good.
This is One Piece, not James Bond. And James Bond, sure, you could justify saying that's the best film ever. But
Well,
this is One
if your
Piece.
argument is I really like James Bond villains and he's basically a James Bond villain, then that's an argument.
No, that's not my argument. My argument is that Oda was smart. He said, okay, what do people love? They love the mafia boss. He's the mix of fucking Marlon Brando with James Bond villains, turned him into a fucking badass, has the classic hook. Listen, as Oda has said in SBS's multiple times, he's never given the eye patch. He gave the peg leg to Zeph, and he gave the hook to Crocodile. He gives the classic pirate features to significantly better characters. His words, not mine. So he gave it to Crocodile. I don't see a hook on Dofi. I don't see a peg leg. I don't see an eye patch. Just saying. And Dofi's dressed like a fucking flamingo, and he's just a maniac.
He's such a fucking weirdo. It's hilarious.
He's just a maniac. He's you know what the comparison is? It's like, you know what Dofi reminds me of? He's like Jared Leto's Joker.
Do you
just a poor excuse of what could have been
like
a good.
Dofi?
No, I don't actually like Dofi. No, I should say that I think Dofi's an okay villain. I think he's well written, but I think the community overhyped him to the point that I fucking can't stand him anymore because he's not as good as the community wants him to be.
See, it's
Everyone
a
thinks he's
thing.
power scaling wise. They fucking throw him out to lunch for some stupid reason. I don't get why. And with storytelling wise, oh my god, a villain actually had a 3-dimensional backstory. That happened already 3 times in this series. Fuck off. It's not the first time.
Did it happen with Crocodile?
Yes, it did. I'll tell you why. Because we have Impel down. We have Ivankov. We have the Mystery Man. Mystery Man, way more interesting.
I just wanted to hear why you thought he was good. It sounds like
I'll tell you why Crocodile is the best. I'll tell you why Crocodile is the best because I'll tell you why. Because in no manga have I ever seen the main character get beat 3 times in the same arc by the same villain. Never before happened, and never happened since.
Am I allowed to end the stream now? I don't like cutting off the conversation.
Crocodile's a great. Listen, Crocodile's a great villain because what he did, he created Baroque Works, right? He didn't even give a fuck about all this stuff. He's going off doing his own thing outside of the main story. Like the main story is all about getting the One Piece, right, or fighting the Marines or whatever. Blah blah blah. He's out there being like, no. He took the position of warlord. People arguing that Blackbeard's a good villain for doing the same thing. Crocodile did it first. He got the position of warlord just so he had the security to be able to trick an entire nation to go and find an ancient weapon that he was after. He recruited Nico Robin because he couldn't read the poneglyphs himself. This man is thinking 3D chess. This man is going, okay, here's what I need to do. Here's what I need to do to be able to beat Whitebeard. Here's what I need to do to take on the New World. Here's what I need to do. This man was thinking. He created an entire organization, created a fucking syndicate, a criminal organization, all for the sole purpose. And he was smart enough to hide his identity as long as humanly possible from even the members within the organization. So he could keep his title. This man was thinking. This man was thinking for half a decade. This man was thinking, and nobody had a fucking clue. Not Sengoku, not the Marines, not the Gorosei, none of the pirates, not the Yonko. Nobody had a fucking clue that the Crocodile was pulling this shit off. Everybody knows Dofi's fucking evil. You know? Nobody ever questioned that Dofi was pulling some weird shit. But everybody knew that Crocodile was this upstanding guy in Alabasta. The entire country believed that he was the hero. He was basically Garp to the Alabastian people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I never watched One Piece. I just wanted to hear your reasoning on why you're the villain.
Oh well, there you go. That's my reasoning now. We gotta get Night D Hemmings up in here because he'll just go up one side down the other while Crocodile's the best villain.
Yeah, I never really watched it. I know Doflamingo is supposed to be really good or whatever.
Yeah, he is really good.
Anyway,
he's a good villain.
We've been streaming for almost 4 hours now. It's almost 11 o'clock. I would like to wrap up now. So, thank you all for watching. I'm pretty sure we talked about quite a few things in this stream. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Rat, for giving me money. I always love it when people do that. Thank you, Griever, Neve, Det, all the other people that hopped in VC for participating. I will see the rest of you on Tuesday for Miscellaneous. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Dang, that's early.